पाकिस्तान में पहली बार पबजी मोबाइल का जुनून पहुंचा है कॉलेज कैंपस पर। अपना स्क्वाड जमा करें और अपनी कैंपस की नुमाइंदगी करें। लड़िए अपने विकार के लिए। दाव पर हैं $30,000।
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region, sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. My name is Unique Shaman, the Messi here, caster, and alongside me, it's Ocean Sharma. So, how are you, my friend?
Well, I am pretty good. I am pretty excited, for today's matches as well, because yesterday we saw 8 names that are moving up forward. So today we're going to be seeing some other names as well. So with that journey that, just there is, I would love to see how it just, goes forward.
True. The main thing is, yesterday 8 teams are already qualified for the phase 3, already qualified for the semi-finals. Now Group B. Today we are going to get another 8 teams, which are the top 8 teams, will qualify for the phase 3 from this particular group. And the competition, it is going to be really tough today.
It definitely is going to be really tough with everything, right? We are looking forward for the matches. We are looking forward for the names. We are looking forward for the teams. Obviously, we have all those things in our minds. But for these players, the most important thing that they have is to, look forward as for what their gameplay brings forward to them. Like top 8, you have to be there. If you're not, you might be taken out. And again, the journey stops.
Yesterday, we saw teams like Dynasty 777 as well as Just Victory. They were so good throughout the first 5 matches. They were in the top 5. But yesterday, they could not able to perform that good. However, Dynasty 777, they secured the chicken dinner in the first Erangel map. But it doesn't matter that you are safe. The teams who are below you, they are going to perform well. They are going to show the consistent performance. That's what youngsters showed the same thing yesterday. And I would love to see same thing happen today. But we have the prize pool in front of us, $30,000. For first place, you will get $10,000, second $5,000, third $3,200. And if you become the MVP, you'll get $500 for yourself. You're not going to share with your teammates. I'm sure you're just going to keep all the $500 for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's also one thing that obviously the players are having their eyes on at for themselves. Like, think about it, the money that they will be enjoying, right? Plus the bragging rights as well. If you are the champions at the end of PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan 2021, that also just brings out some sort of a thing, and that is that your gameplay, the one that you refined over all these years, all these months, every time that you were practicing, playing, and all and everything. So everyone would be just ready for that. We'll just have to see how the players just pan around with their gameplays.
True. Let's see how these teams are going to perform today. We have the point system in front of us. This is a pretty decent point system. First place, if you get the chicken dinner, 15 points. Second, 12. Third place, 10. For each kill, you'd get 1 kill point. If you finish at the 13 to 16 position, you'll get 0 placement point. But I would like to mention one thing. Yesterday we saw one team. I think so. The team was like the team is. I think so. The team of Arcadians. They secured 10 placement points in a single match and only 2 kill points. So it shows that if your kill department is not that strong, at least you are securing some placement points, which is going to help you in the further stages of the map.
Yeah, it will definitely help the players in the further stages. For their gameplay to be refined, but as you're moving forward, the game also becomes difficult with everything.
Yeah, the games surely become difficult because first of all, in the first game today you have again 5 matches lined up for you. First Erangel, second Miramar, third Erangel, then again Sanhok, then Erangel. So 3 Erangels, 1 Miramar, and 1 Sanhok. Now the thing is, you're going to land at your favorite drop location. You're going to drop down at your favorite drop location until unless it's quite far away from the plane path. You're going to get some decent amount of loot. But engaging in some fights is the most important thing. If you're engaging in some early fight, it might possible that you are going to collect some decent amount of kill points.
Yeah, I mean that is just the conversation that it just goes down to, right? You are trying to drop down, beat Erangel, beat Miramar, beat Sanhok, right? You're dropping down to your favorite drop locations, trying to take all the fights from those areas if you can. And after that, you have to just look forward to one thing, and that is the results, the ones that you want. Are they coming towards you or not? But talking about the results and everything, these teams are there that are going to be just fighting for it. 4th generation FTE, PINDIESPORTS, and X generation are the names.
Yep, and the other four teams are RZx7E, Tyro X110, Team RedStone, and MAXIMUSxFTN. Maximus is a kind of team which is pretty decent. They are so good with their plans. Every single time they just stick to the plan, going for those kills, trying to steal some kills as well if they can able to do that, getting some decent amount of placement points too. But let's see if they are going to repeat the history or not. We have Paws, RZx7E eSports, ChapadGanju, and Team NV as well.
Exactly. We have all these names, we have all these teams right in front of us. But again, it just comes down to one thing for understanding, that is how do they, go up with their gameplay. As we are just, talking about good games, bad games, and everything. They'll have to, get the best games for themselves. And maybe, just maybe, the teams that were not doing good last time, they'll just turn the things around. Because we saw the story in the similar way yesterday as well. If you remember freestyle, the first week they were at the 9th position, but this time they were at they ended up in really good manner. Talk about Max as well. Last two games, Shikhar dinners, like those kind of things. They were changing up the momentums.
Yeah, they are changing. They certainly are changing those momentum. So just talk about one team freestyle. That if we are on the 9th position after 5 matches, it doesn't matter that your journey is done, your journey is finished. No, you still have 5 games left for you. You can still do wonders. And after those 5 games, they are on the top of the all-over leaderboard, just qualified for the phase 3. Congratulations to all the teams from Group A. But we have the schedule in front of us. Erangel, as I told you, Erangel's first match is going to be Erangel, then Miramar, then again Erangel, then Sanhok, and then again Erangel. So matches, they are going to get reduced, but expectations, they're obviously high.
Expectations, obviously, they are high with all these players, all these teams for sure, because they know what's at stake.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, they also saw the teams that faltered down yesterday, so they know that obviously the teams are going back home, but it kind of hurts for the teams and the players as well that they have practiced a lot, but if the results are not in your favor, you know that the things are going to go down for you. So they don't want that. They would want to have it in the best manner. So let's see if that happens today.
True. Let's see. We have the overall ranking also in front of us. X Generation that's leading the charge right now. Second position, we have Maximus Team FTE on the third, Rule Breakers on fourth. But things will get interesting here. RedStone Team NV as well as RZx7E Esports. They are pretty close to each other with 31, 22, and 22 points respectively. But if you are on the second page of overall ranking, it doesn't matter that you are not going to perform well. You still have chance. You can still secure a good position in top 8, because another time, I just want to tell you another time that, ladies and gentlemen, that only top 8 teams will qualify from each group.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the teams, they do have chance for themselves. They would like to just look forward to their gameplay. And with that being said, we have the match right in front of our screens right now. From Qwerty to Qwerty is the flight path. RZx School, George Pole, Poaching are going to be good areas to drop down right now. Military base as well if the players want to go there.
Yeah, military base, they can go to military base, and even if they can able to find some vehicles, they can go to Nowhere Pro if they want. If the circle is going to be towards the southeastern side of the map, let's see where the circle is going to form. And you are the prediction god, Ocean. What do you think where the circle is going to form?
So I would love to see the circle onto the right side of the map, because what happens is there are going to be a lot of teams that are going to be dropping onto the sides of maybe the sides of RZx, or maybe onto the left side like George Pole-ish area, George Pole ruins. As you can see, a lot of teams are dropping down right now. There will be a few teams around Poaching as well. So I would love to see a right side circle in this one, just because of one thing. I would want to see the teams. So there are two kind of comfort zones right now that you can see. Your the flight path can help you glide really fast. As you can see, the players are trying to go down to George Pole. But the thing is, if the circle is onto the other side, then your rotation kind of just becomes a matter. So those kind of things altogether is what I would want to see. But if the circle goes to the Gatka side, then obviously it's a good thing for all these players. But then also no one's down to military base right now. Obviously NV, I would say they would want to go there, but we see a northern circle that's constituting the sides of RZx.
Okay, so if I can predict, literally I can, but prediction, it might possible that it is going to be right or wrong. I'm thinking that the final circle is going to be near the southern side of the shooting range. Let's see. Basically the prediction is it is going to be an open circle. Let's see what's going to happen. Meanwhile, we have RZx7E eSports in front of us. This team, literally, they have the caliber. In the past match, in the previous matches, they were so consistent, but now they have to play the best PUBG Mobile today. And if we're talking about playing the best PUBG Mobile, it doesn't mean that you're just gonna clash drop location. Yeah.
Yeah, with all these things, right? It just comes down to one thing, and that is the early skirmishes that are happening right now. As you can see, Scar, all right, well, has taken down Evil Hassan, so Hassan will have to just look for a plan B if it comes down to it. I mean, obviously he cannot be saved, but his teammates might as well just go for some cover fire. He went there to take up a vehicle, and that obviously did not exactly work out in his favor, but it was just kind of there. So that's just one thing. Osama, Scar, Reback, I mean, onto the backsides, though they are going to be moving forward if they can get the confirmation. By the looks of it, Hassan, I mean, he won't be saved for sure. With Nuzi, just goes for the finish.
Yeah, we have the first blood in front of us, and Team FTE really off to a good start. They managed to secure at least one kill, but at this position, the players from Team ChapadGanju, they have only 14 points, I think so, in the overall ranking. Now, they already lost one player literally so early. We just hit the 3 minute mark, and they just brought down to only 3 men. Players, they don't have guns like Faisal. He has a shotgun. Shayan, he has a Uzi, and now Shayan received a huge amount of damage. Now it's just brought down to only 5% HP. So things are not looking good for Chapadganj.
Well, things not exactly are looking good, but it's just onto the backsides as the players are there. Kareem onto the backsides as well. I mean, even they have been reduced to a three-man roster right from the start. But the thing is, now they're trying to circulate around one or two players from their opponents. That's FTE. So let's see if they become successful in that. By the looks of it, they might be successful onto this thing altogether for themselves. But we'll have to look forward and see through one thing, and that is, can they win this fight with the loss of one player or not?
Sometimes it just brought down to which type of loadout you have, like your opponents have. If we talk about Paraboy, right, he has an AKM as well as an UMP. He has no vest or helmet, but he can still dish out a lot of damage onto you. So I think so disengaging from this particular fight is the best option. Just backed off, just run away. You have vast area. It is an open area, but it might possible that it might work out for you, that if you're just going to run into the open, you're going to be safe.
Yeah, it might just work out for the players if they want to just get their hands down in the open area and take up a fight or not. But well, they'll have to just stay here because the circle's their friend right now. They don't need to worry about the circle. They don't need to worry about the places where they have to. But the only thing they have to worry about is the loot. As while they are just standing in their own houses or something, getting whatever they are having. As we could see, a few players are having Uzi. That's good. But there are a few players as well that are using shotguns. Shotguns, I would say, in the close range, it's deadly, but you need to just hit every shot right. If you don't, you miss out on those shots. It just becomes a lot more tricky and troublesome for you.
Yeah, because one shot can take down any opponent, right? But if you're gonna miss that shot, you're gonna be in a bit of trouble. Shayan, now it's a stare down competition between these two teams, right? Team FTE, all the three players right now, they are just gonna focus on the loot, except one player, just pin down both the players of Team ChapadGanju. And now, okay, Sama, this is a tricky move. Like, you are just aggressing onto them. Yeah, it's a wall between separating you. That grenade could be lethal.
Yeah, that a grenade could be lethal for everything, when it just goes down to it. But we'll have to look forward to it. As for how the players can just take up their fights on for themselves or not. Well, meanwhile, on to the other side, you can see Rozok, Yasna, those are good areas as well. Georgopol as well, but Severny is where Tyro is, and they are like all alone onto that northern-ish area. So it's kind of a good thing for them.
Yeah, it's kind of good thing for them. But teams like Team Access Esports, they are so far away. So as the teams of Team Envy, they are so far away from the safe zone. First of all, your priority is to move inside the safe zone. Then you can take fight. Pindi Esports, we talk about this particular team. They are in the north side of George Pool apartment, and there's no team except 7E. Quite far away from each other. The distance is quite a lot, but we can see a fight between these two teams.
Yeah, we can see fight between these two teams just happening. Plus, around the corner from Mansion to the Potato Hill, I would say that's where also the cluster, that the one that's forming up. That's one thing. Rozok, Yasna, like there are. It's not like teams are away from each other. They are so close, but they would not want to take fight right now because again, 13-16 gets you no points. So you gotta be a bit safe, if anything.
Yeah, right now it's kind of a passive start, right? It's kind of a passive start. Like, teams are focusing on holding those compounds, so they'll be little bit safe. But right now, we would love to see some fights. Fourth generation, this team is kind of dead center inside the safe zone. If the safe zone just going to move towards the north side of the map, then they have to change their location.
They will have to change their location for themselves. But now by everything that here is, I would say I don't know why Qwerty, like a few players are inside the circle. Meanwhile, there are a few players that are at Lipovka as well. Maybe they are just looking for something. Maybe they are just thinking of something like that. That might be a plan B that they obviously have in their mind. So we'll have to look forward to that as well.
Yeah, we have to look forward for that as well. But let's see where the circle is going to form. Voltrux, Khan, Destroyer. Okay, the team is moving inside the safe zone. The team Qwerty moving inside the safe zone. But but the main thing is, are they going to stay on the edge, or they are going to be safe inside the safe zone? But if you're talking about safe movement, this is quite risky movement for Team ChapadGanju. Already received a lot of damage. Two players got knocked down. Only one player surviving inside the watchtower.
Well, the players are being taken down altogether for their own fights, and now, as we were just talking about it, as the fights just progress, it will be taking down the players. And by the looks of it, FTE is on a really good roll. Obviously, they had taken one player down. Now, it's the second kill that they have confirmed. Third kill is just out there, right in front of them. So, altogether, all in all, they are taking down squads right from the beginning now.
Yeah, literally, this is a really good game for Team FTE. Really good start for Team FTE. They are looking they are hungry for some kills, and they are showcasing the same thing right now. Paraboy is gonna collect some loot. So Shayan, he got knocked down, and we can see some vehicles also moving inside the safe zone. Let's see which team, which is that team who is doing some early rotation.
Yeah, we'll have to see, which teams just go for good rotations on for them or around them. Well, Kareem, I would want to see what happens. Imagine if the team just, moves from the road right in front of him. Does he take the shot or not? Does he, or does he wait? Because by the looks of it, obviously, the areas around the circle, inside the circle, the rotations like this, he'll have to just wait for everything. Plus, he does not have a vest, does not have any healings. All he have is just these two weapons. Like, all right, one weapon, that's M16 that he has, and obviously an Uzi. So M16, it's kind of a good weapon. But the thing is, Uzi is something that he can use for the closer range. But will he or will he not use it? That's also a question.
Yeah. And another question, for how long he's just going to stay inside this truck, because this is something interesting, right? You're not inside a compound. You are pretty far away from your opponent team. You are literally vulnerable from every single angle. Players can easily spot you down by your skin of your helmet as well as backpack from a pretty far location.
Oh!
Right now, oh.
No, 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 no. All right. Well, Khan has been taken down, has been finished. That means Voltrux just arrived for the backup. But the thing is, now Voltrux, is it a mistake that he arrived after Khan was finished? So, altogether, it also becomes a big trouble for maybe Voltrux. Maybe just have to look forward to it. But now, as he's just, throwing up his own grenades and everything, and smoke as well, in order to get the cover for the vehicle and then move back in. Maybe something like that. But this team, I mean, there are still 13 teams remaining. If you lose on one player, you already have to just move on to the backsides, maybe in order to not take the fight that you were willing to take otherwise. So now they will have to look forward to a plan B.
Yeah, certainly they have to change their plans right now, because Team Qwerty, they lost one of the most important player, Khan. But right now they still have three players left. Meanwhile, Psycho on the receiving edge, he got knocked out into the open, I think so. That headshot was so good. Right now the players from Team X Generation gonna loot that loot crate, collect some more utilities. And I think so they are going to hold this location until and unless the blue zone just gonna force them to move away.
Yeah, I mean the blue zone, obviously it will force them, but the thing is they can stay a bit out for a while, just because all right, well, now Tiger just taking players. Thug as well, just taking the players for themselves, getting those kill numbers. They have the second kill, but the thing is, in the second circle, third circle, they can't try and manage to stay a bit outside the circle for a while. Not obviously altogether, but for a while if they want to. But after that, it's going to be a lot troublesome situation for them. Well, 12 minutes onto the marker right now, and slowly and steadily as the players are just looking forward to their own areas, we'll have to see how that just pans out for the players. Now with 2 team kills, NFP is kind of looking decent for the players out here, but look at that, Mohsin coming onto the action as Psycho will be taken down with a headshot.
Yeah, right now Psycho again on the receiving guys. Meanwhile, team Qwerty going to change their location. Again, it seems like they're going to play on the edge of the safe zone, which is literally a nice strategy. Wartrucks, come on, man, your U is the rear tire. It just got burst out. So teams, they are moving inside the safe zone. PINDIESPORTS quite far away from the safe zone. So as the players of RZx7E ESPORTS, we can see a cluster near the southern side of the map.
Well, the cluster definitely is forming up, and as we were talking about, right, the circle around RZx7E, that's what it is. Exactly, that's where the teams are going. And now with this one, obviously, now is the time, the moment of the hard shift. There has been one hard shift, as we can see the circle went to the sides of RZx7E, from Yasna to RZx7E, and the left-hand side is completely, empty and opened up. Now I would love to see where the next hard shift is, because next hard shift divides the circle onto this hard shift, divides the circle onto 2 areas, and after this, the next hard shift can take it down to either north or south altogether. So that will be the moment of truth for the players.
Yeah, that will be the moment of truth. But you know what? This is the drop you need. You got an MK14 with a level 3 kit, and this is one of the perfect drop, I think. So, in my personal opinion. Meanwhile, Team Qwerty just moving inside the safe zone near the RZx7E area. And RZx7E area, I literally love this particular area because you have a lot of buildings to hide in. But the utility fights is also insane.
Yeah, the utility fights, it is insane with everything just, looking forward to as what we are seeing through the fights and whatnots. Well, the players, they are trying to get their level best onto the fights for themselves. But right now, as you can see, our S-Fire has been taken down, will be finished up as well. So as it kind of just, becomes onto an opportunity. If you find it, you take it. And the players are taking it down.
Yeah, the players are being taken down. We can see some fights happening in this particular circle, and we can see that teams are losing some of the individuals, but we still have 13 teams alive in this particular lobby. The third blue zone is closing in. We just hit the 15-minute mark. Come on, Tom. He spotted out NV Absol, but the shot was not that perfect. Could not able to knock him down. But let's see. I think so in future he's just going to do that because he still have a lot of time.
Yeah, the players would be just wanting to do it, and they do have quite a lot of time for themselves. But now, as Asher is just out here, defaulter as well, Temur was taken down though. So now what they are trying to do is just get their own hands up onto the right area, the rightest area that from where they can try and take up the fights. They have one house. They are trying to just get the second house as well. That's it, just into that one. But by the looks of it, they saw Abshaw. That the players just out there. All they can do is either take one more good, mostly in the headshot, and maybe take the player down. Obviously, they won't be able to finish him up because from here to there, it's going to be a lot of distance. And obviously, the players would go down to revive that teammate. But the thing is, they are trying their level best to either take his helmet or West down. Plus, obviously, he'll be using up a few first aids as well once the knock comes down.
True, that is really important. If you're damaging those loadouts, those helmet and vest of your opponents, it's gonna help you in the final circle, in the 5th or 6th circle, in this particular map. But right now we can see one of the players got taken down. He got knocked out by the blue zone, which is not really good. Right now the team RZx7E ESPORTS, I was just literally talking about this again and again. Early rotations or late rotations are not good. Early rotations are good, but not late rotations.
Yeah, but still, you can have a look as the players are rotating, but there are fights happening as well. So altogether, all in all, there are players who are trying to take their opponents down, and they are doing it. They are doing it in their best ways as it is. But now Neon onto the backsides as well, and they have lost on their one player, and that's Mujib. But Thunder and Neon, they're still trying to move forward for themselves. Well, Parabo and Osama, they have a good compound for themselves. All they have to do is take care of Lucifer, who's just onto the side line. So they take him down to Tornado. Well, he does take the player down. Wow!
Wow, that reflex was literally marvelous. The way he take down that one particular player, Tornado, that was literally awesome.
Well, now, have a look at this area. All right, you see that
Yeah.
aerial view. Destroy onto the backside, his teammates onto the backside, Defaulter and his teammates onto the backside. Lucifer, he has a good house, but now, so this is what I was talking about. Parabo, he needs to spot Lucifer. If it does not, Lucifer might take it. He has a high ground advantage. He has an overall area advantage. But the thing is, he can get shot down from the backsides as well.
True. You know what? Clearing out your backside is the most important thing, and as well as taking control of some particular fight is also a decent thing. Lucifer last man surviving for his team, but for how long? If the blue zone, if the safe zone is going to be almost 100 to 50 meters far away from him, then he has to do something. Just gonna pop some smokes, just gonna blow out some smoke to make an extra cover to move inside the safe zone. If he could able to do that, it might possibly gonna collect decent amount of points for his team.
That's true. That's true. That's just how the players will have to look forward onto everything. But now look at this as the kills, as the points are coming up. Heather, all right, he does take one down, but he goes down as well. Onto this one. Now, Thomas still using that Musin for himself. He's still trying to, get the best results out of it, and he is doing it. Meanwhile, whilst everywhere the fights were happening, you still realize there's that one single player that's still remaining. That was in Yasnaya. He's still remaining, still surviving, still getting those. That one placement point right now. We'll have to get more though.
Yeah, true. And ChapadGanju, the hopes are still alive. But let's see for how long. We can see 7 eSports, they are
Kareem.
holding a decent amount. Yeah, Kareem is
Yeah,
the one very
he's
close
there.
to the players of RZx7E eSports. What do you think,
Yeah.
Ocean? What is going to happen?
He can. So we know where the players are, right? He does not have. That's why I can tell you
Yeah.
the plan B that he should come to the bridge. He'll be safe at the bridge. But thinking it comes down to his mind as well. Like, is it at the same frequency as I am in my thoughts, in the same way? Otherwise, you know it, right? He would want
Yeah.
to go to the right side because he might be thinking that no one's going to be on the northern side, but there are players onto the northern side. So, but kudos to him. He still is surviving till the 5th circle.
Yeah, literally, that is insane. It is a part of plan sometimes. Casters goes, to be honest, Kareem, he has been taken down by the players of RZx7E eSports. At least he collected one placement point for his team. That is something good, right? At least you couldn't you were not the first team who got eliminated without any point. At least you get 1 point. It might help you in the future. Right now, we talk about this particular team, RZ7E. They are outside of the safe zone. Now they are going to use those vehicles to move inside the safe zone or to make it cover out in the open.
Yes, I mean those areas, those proper, manifestations are important right now. But look at this NFP. The players are here, but the players are trying to find out a good area for themselves. As two players, they have vehicles for themselves, and they are trying to get inside the circle. They will definitely get inside the circle for themselves. And with that, the players will try to get up onto the good area. Now, as they have a slight cover of the ridge, all they have to look forward is to the backside, and by the looks of it, they are already, working on that.
Yeah, they are. They certainly are working on that. But we saw the kill feed that two players got knocked out by the single grenade. At this moment, acceleration, one player, Ban. He is out in the open. He got knocked out. Another player, Rahman, on the receiving edge. Team RZ7E looking pretty strong. That molly, if that is a molly, that is going to dish out a decent amount of damage onto them. Okay, Hash with his incredible grenade confirmed one kill.
Well, the players are being taken down again and again and again and again. As you can just, have a look at this. As the two players, they were trying to move forward, but now they have been taken down. So the revives are coming up. But the thing is, the as much as time they are giving out to revive their teammates, their opponents are doing the same. But that grenade, oh my God, that grenade, that was nasty.
True, literally. Meanwhile, I think Qwerty. This is a red zone, a man-made red zone for every single team. It doesn't matter the team is Acceleration or the team is RZ7E, but I'm sure that Qwerty, they are gonna use this as an advantage.
Wow. The way it is happening all together. I mean, think about it. You don't need guns. All you know is that your players need revive. So what do? The splash damage is good with the grenades. You just use that in your advantage, get those kill points. But now, Dante, he needs to go for the revive. Now it's important. Now it's crucial as the next circle is going to be forming up. And after that, even next zone is going to be coming up right now in 45 seconds. But look at that. if you're reviving someone, you can't revive them in peace as well, because the players, your opponents, they are trying to tear you down into more and more of pieces.
True, true, and you know what? This is an open circle, and we are just waiting for this perfect circle. We can see some teams they're still far away from the safe zone. Only few teams are inside the circle. Meanwhile, we can see that Emma is the one just going to take down Neon with a headshot, and just going to confirm that kill too. Destroyer, come on, man! 1 minute, and you can knock out 2 players of RZx7E. We can see the team NFP, they're still surviving.
The team, they are definitely surviving, but now talking about 9 teams, 21 players alive out of the situation. Well, Boss is just trying to move forward, but the thing is, the team of Qwerty that lost 1 player in the early stages. Now it comes down to one thing, and that is how those 3 players are going to fight for themselves. Voltric takes down Tornado, the guy with a really tornadic reflexes. He has been taken down, but not destroyed. Oh, he has been spotted down. Will this grenade do the damage? By the looks of it, it will, as Voltrix and Destroyer on low HP. Right about now, Destroyer will be taken down. Wolverine, he has to do everything in his own power, but Boss is moving up forward in order to take him down. And by the looks of it, well, Qwerty, I don't think so they're going to be coming out of this alive, as they have been taken down in 1 track. But no! They are looking for the trades, and they are getting those trades for themselves.
The well has been denied by the players of Team Qwerty. At this position, it seems like RZ7E, they are in a bit of trouble. The kill confirmation is going to be there. Wolverine is just going to confirm those kills. Wolverine, just look out for your backlines. You could be in bit of trouble. But right now, he is pretty safe, taking over off that rock. I can see RZ7E eSports, that one player is so far away from the back, and that's why he's still surviving.
Well, in these situations, you can have a look. I mean, Tornado is just out there gaming as well. They are taking down the players slowly and steadily. They have 5 kills. Foden is looking really good, but now Ahmed, all right, he's a solo survivor. I mean, his teammate is there, but the thing is, he needs up a revive. Hash needs up a revive, so if he doesn't get it, it might just be a lot more trouble. Well, he will be taken down. Parties who was the one who was taking that kill for himself. Now it comes down to one more thing, and that is to look forward to the fights as for how they're going to be happening up, and how the players are going to be just looking forward for themselves. Well, slowly and steadily, Ahmed is moving up forward. This snake, I mean, he can bite, has a Scarl as well, which is going to be really good for the fights.
True, and he has 2 first aid kit as well, so he can survive for a bit long. But we can see the players from Maximus still surviving and looking 4 men strong. On the other side, we can see this team Qwerty, confirmed 3 kills, looking 3 men strong, and just holding an angle. They spotted down, it seems like they spotted down the players of 4th generation hiding behind that shack, and this one is still surviving. His name is Dante from the side of RZ7. He could be the surprise factor for this team if he can spot down the players and can dish out some damage.
Well, Destroyer is just onto the back lines, and Voltrix as well. They are trying to, take the players down on for themselves right now. If you look at this, I mean, the players are trying to, stay onto their own good areas, but will it be worth it? Will it be okay or not? It just comes down to that. A good smoke being utilized now to just, jump out of that building that has been just laid down as well. Destroyer right now, Voltrix and Wolverine on for their own side, but the thing is, they have to get inside the circle. Somehow they'll have to do something out of the miraculous gameplay that can lead them to the now. The zone is also damaging them. Somehow that smoke does pop up, but is it a bit late? That's the only question. As PlayZone now is taking down Voltrix, and he will be finished down by Hussey.
Whoa, Hussey is the one just gonna confirm that kill, but due to that incredible stuff, his position has been compromised. Wolverine just gonna knock out Psycho, just gonna confirm that kill too. Hussey on the receiving edge too, and the kill confirmation is also there by Gaming stole that kill. Fadi on the receiving edge at this position. Team Maximus, they just brought down to only 1 player. Wolverine, come on, you have to confirm the last kill, and he did that. 6 kills. Wolverine secured 6 kills in this particular map.
He did get those 6 kills for himself, 7 for the team, but how long can he survive? Think about it, top 4 is where we are. By the looks of it, it's a 1v2 situation, and that's what it's all about. 4th and they have the players, but now they are surrounded by all the players that are solo, and they are just using smokes for their own self. So hey, your smokes are going to be inviting someone else's bullets and or grenades if you don't play your cards right. And are they checking onto the backgrounds? By the looks of it, yes, they are trying to check on the background, but no, now Tornado is just looking forward to move forward. Gen Gaming has been taken down, but now it comes down to a 2v1v1 situation as Tornado. He should go for the revive. Is he going to go for it? He's on to the other side. Your teammates are on to the other side. Well, Wolverine reaches inside the circle. No, he's not. 35 meters is still the distance. Where is he? Is his grenade going to do something out of the extraordinary? As now it's a 1v1v1 situation for the final fight. Oh! From the backside, Wolverine taking the player down.
Come on, Wolverine. Come on, Wolverine. That grenade. You can eliminate Tornado from the lobby. No, another. It might do the job.
He needs to look for oh, he does it, but he needs to look onto the front side as well. It's a 1v1 situation. He knows where the final player is. Oh my god. Wolverine is going to go for the 8th one for himself.
Man, just be in the Super Saiyan mode. I would love to see Wolverine in that mode. And kudos to 420 as well. He's still surviving. He is on the top 2, just to making sure that he is not out in the open. Right now, it's a 1v1 situation, a Mexican standoff between these two teams. Who is going to get the chicken? Only time will answer the question, and it's going to be in front of us in a minute or two.
It definitely will be with the 8th circle, closing up. Now the thing for Wolverine is he needs to be inside the circle, 24 meters. Well, he can crawl away inside the circle, but the thing is, where is his opponent? Does he know that? Does he have the answer to that question as he's just crawling in? Again, still just moving forward for the circle, but the thing is, 420 OP, he's inside the zone. No, he is just around that area. Now he's inside the circle for himself as well. Wolverine, he's still crawling up, and between them is this minor ridge of that road that kind of is separating them. Now Wolverine, now comes the main part. He has to stand up, otherwise he goes down by the zone or not. 1 meter, he gets spotted down, and so close yet so far is what the story of Wolverine was.
Wow, the way Team 40 Wolverine played was so awesome. And you know what? To be honest, 420 literally he snatched that second winner from the side of Team Qwerty. He just said that no, I'm going to get this second winner as well as I'm going to get this 15 points as well. But kudos to every single team who were in the final circle. It was a decent match.
It definitely was a decent match in its own self. The way the players did play it, right? The way the players were ready for everything, and the way the players just showcased their talent, their dominance. They asserted it over their opponents, and that just creates one hell of a battle that we just saw. Imagine, all right, the backsides of RZx, the grenades being taken down. After that, Wolverine and his teammates Qwerty, they fought that fight that was against them onto the shack lines. Amazing battle.
Had he had one grenade just lob onto the side of 420, could take him down, could secure that kill. But you know what? Due to some limitation, he could not able to do that. First of all, he has to move inside the safe zone. Then he can take some fights. But 420, he has an advantage of the ridge, I think so, as well as he can spot Wolverine easily while he is crawling inside the circle. But 420 with a presence of mind.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way that these guys actually played the game. I would say it also, kudos to Kareem as well from his team, right? He survived.
Oh yeah.
He survived really long in order to just get a good hold. But talk about this Team Qwerty. Well, with 8 kills, they are at the first position with 12 placement points.
It doesn't matter that you're going to get the chicken, but we are going to stay at the top. Tyro X Triple 110 on the second position with 20 points as well. Meanwhile, 4th Generation, what an amazing match from their side as well. 16 total points. Team Envy able to secure 12 total points. Maximus, they were the strongest team in the the 5th circle. They were looking firm and strong, but just because of Ahmed as well as the players from 4th Generation, they just spilled some water onto their plan.
Definitely can. But with this one, right, it just comes down to one thing as well that I would love to see, and that is where does he overall, just take it down to the confirmation of how many players did do good, how many players did not, with that thing out of the equation, because there are a lot of players that have been just doing and looking good for themselves. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what has happened, and I'm eagerly waiting for the overall ranking too. But we have the Oppo F19 Pro which is from first. After this engagement with ChapadGanju, Team FTE, they were moving inside the Raws of area just because of those rotations. They were receiving some amount of damage.
They definitely were, receiving some amount of damage on for themselves, and that's why, that's how it has been. But the players, I would say, they were looking really, really good, right, for themselves, and the players did really good with their own fights. So, well, this was a good start of the day.
Yeah, this really was a good start of the day. I was literally talking about this thing. Wolverine, that was inhuman reaction from his side. He just secured the final kill, and that was literally not good for him. But somehow they managed to get decent amount of points. X Generation still on the top. Maxim is on second position, holding that second position with total 79 points. Team FT on the third position with total 72.
Yeah, and that's just how it has been. That's just how we have seen the fights going on. But with this one, X Generation, well, 82, Maximus 79, FT 70, 4 Generation 68. So that's just how it is. 55 and 52 for Tyro and RZx7E. 9 to 16, we'll have to see where they are.
Yeah, where they are, and after this chicken dinner, Tyro just jumped onto the 7th position with 55 points. So this match, it was lucky for them. That's why they are on the first page of the overall ranking. Now, I would love to see that which are the other 8 teams who are in the second page of the overall ranking. So RZx7E ESPORTS on the 8th position with 52 points. Then RedStone on the 9th position with 36 points. The point difference is quite a lot.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. The point difference, it definitely just shows in its own self. That means these top 8 teams, they would want to just get that bridge even better. But 9 to 16 teams, they would want to conquer it, and somehow they would want to just get there with at least one. Imagine if RedStone and NB, they have one chicken dinner with good kills in the upcoming match, they can just contest for the top 8.
Yeah, they certainly can. Meanwhile, Access Esports, ChapadGanju, NB as well as RedStone, they have to do something, especially ChapadGanju. You know what? Just drop down to a different drop location. Just go somewhere else, like pretty far away from every single team. Just understand their gameplay, where they prefer to drop down. We are going to stay away from them. Then we are going to engage in some fights, just like Access Esports did the same. But Access Esports still on the second page of the overall ranking. They have to change their strategy. But let's see how they are going to do that.
Welcome to Karkin. Today, let me guide you on an in-depth understanding of this 4-square-kilometer humble island. Before stepping into Karkin, you may have already heard about the intimidating Demolition Zone. In Demolition Zone, buildings will be destroyed into smithereens. But rest assured that today's tour will be a safe one. Karkin might be a small island, but the textile industry of the island works as a crucial financial support for the entire island. Our first attraction is Al Haik. Al Haik is a medium-scale town, and people who lived here refine pigments for a living. Then those pigments will be sent to Hadika Nemo for dyeing. Skyscrapers are scarce in Al Haik. Compared to other urban areas, there are fewer visitors here, which makes looting easier. It's a perfect choice for a team of 4 in search of adequate equipment supplies. We'll be walking by the sea, and our next attraction will be Hadika Nemo. which serves as the port of importing raw materials of Karakin. Imported textiles are dyed in vats filled with multiple colors and distributed to the factories. If you want to choose this place as your landing spot, then it's recommended that 1 to 2 players in your team land in the containers area, as they can easily find combat supplies here, and head to the city to support their teammates. In the middle of our journey to Al-Habar, we'll be passing by an enclosed warehouse. You will need to use sticky bomb to blast the walls that look less solid to get in. There's always something nice in here. But be careful, as one might not want to hide behind those walls during combat, because those unmaintained walls can be easily penetrated with just a touch, making you susceptible to attacks from enemies and exposing you to dangers. The next stop is Al-Habar, which is the largest urban area in Karakin. There are many residents, hence the numerous high-rising residences. No doubt this place will be a popular spot in the future. Our next attraction is the port city of Bar Shahir, which stores and exports goods of Karakin. This is the perfect spot to search for weapons, making it my personal favorite. Next up is the city of the West, Bashara. It was a city congested with residents, with tall buildings providing convenience in observing the surrounding movements. Just make sure not to lose your directions here. Our final destination is the cargo ship, located at the southwest corner of the map. This ship has been idle here for forever, and has already been abandoned. Yet there are still goods that remained here. However, due to the gigantic size of the cargo ship and the containers, this place no doubt becomes a place to rumble. Don't you feel the excitement already just thinking of it? Besides these urban areas, Karakin also houses many such little buildings. Rumor has it that there's another passage beneath these buildings, as well as a huge space beneath Karakin. Well, it's up to you, believe them or not. Alright, your Karakin tour is now closing its curtains. Looking forward to seeing you next time.
Yeah, we got it, we did it! I know you'll be there for me.
I'll always be here.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Hi guys and welcome back to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region, and this whole event is sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. Book up your fun. My name is Ankit and joining alongside me is one and only Ocean Sharma. So Ocean, the last match we just saw Tyro going up with that chicken dinner. So how are expectation from all these teams that are just trying to make a maneuver and trying to make an entry in the first half of the chart?
Well, it was a 1v1v1 situation. That was something that just, changed everything for the players and their mindset. But talking about this one, you can see from the backsides of Laco Bereria to Puerto Palacio is where our flight path is. And obviously, every team would want to just, get down on their good drop locations and obviously take up the good fights.
Exactly, the flight path is still on and elevating the contestation because it gets interesting when the team drops off to the area of Los Leones. Maybe two teams, three teams trying to collide. But for now, it seems that RZx7E ESPORT they have made a very early exit from the flight, and La Cobreria is the area where they would right now try to loot all these cities, and it becomes actually important. But where would the circle go? Because the flight path is dissecting the map in quite two equal halves.
Yeah, exactly. It is dissecting the map in two equal halves, in which we could see a lot of teams going to the northern side of the flight path as compared to the southern side, and this kind of just goes onto the circle. Also, is kind of not exactly, but kind of a center line circle where all the area of land is constituted around the flight path and the players, as well as you can see you can call it like almost 80 to 90% of the players are inside the circle, so you don't have to go for the rotations. But then there are a few players of NFP, and obviously there are a few teams around Qwerty, Parasio, Los Leones as well. NB is just there, so they'll have to just get inside the circle, and they have an open area around them for rotations.
Exactly, but look at that. The players of FTE are again close to the players of ChapadGanju. In the last match also, we saw these teams colliding in the very first of the game, and in this match also, we can see those teams in the very close range of proximity. So, can we expect some more fight again going between the same team in this very first half, or maybe close to just 3 or 4 minutes? And it seemed that maybe we can see some fighting action. But look at that. Puerto Parasio is also a place where Team 4 Generation and RB. So, 2-3 places, 2-3 cities where some of the teams have actually tried to contest for the drop location, I would say, because these teams know where all these teams drop off. So this is an aggressive move that we don't tend to see in the map of Miramar.
We don't see that thing happening, right? But now, if you're just looking forward to it, 4Gen and RB, like the teams are pretty close to each other. But with that thing as well, somehow the players will be looking forward to take up their own fights for themselves. And if not anything, as you can see, headers onto the backsides as well. This area kind of just becomes I won't say not as an exact area, but look at this. There's a shoreline onto the backside, so you don't have much of the area to rotate around or to rush around. If anything, you'll have to go on a head-on rush if you knock down a player or so. But it still comes down to the early skirmishes, because last time we saw an early skirmish happening in the map of Erangel as well. That happened around the areas of Yasnaya, and even like they lost their 3 players right from the beginning. If something like that happens in this match as well, if there's 1 or 2 players surviving, they'll have to change their whole gameplay strategy.
Exactly, but already I can see the total number of teams that have joined the match is just 14. So maybe some teams might have missed on that opportunity to join the lobby, because if in this 3 minute, if one team has been eliminated, that will be a shocker. But I'm sure that wouldn't have actually happened.
Yeah, that's just how it should be. Just looking forward to anything, and how the things are going to be just moving forward with everything. We'll have to look forward onto the fights as well. Slowly and steadily, Heather's just out here again, just trying to get onto the good areas for themselves, and just trying to get on for the good fights as well. Slowly and steadily, obviously the player would want to move forward, but the thing is, he hasn't found out a helmet yet.
Exactly, some of the players actually didn't get these rudimentary loots that they want. For now, it seems that UMP and M16 is already into his bag, and he must go for that good loots as we talk about that. But look at that. Already, are we realizing that fact that one team was already in the same proximity, so they are just trying to not find themselves in a fight, and obviously just trying to go with that open U as an open truck and trying to make a rotation. And this is a good move from their side, because already they are out of the zone. They have to traverse close to 700 meters, and if they indulge themselves in a fight, things might go against them.
It might not as well. Like, depends, right?
Exactly.
Because already they have started to take up the fights. They started to focus on the rotation, not taking up the fights. That just means that them focusing on the rotations means that they are aware of the circle. They're aware of the fact that obviously the zone's going to play its own games, and you never know in this one, right? Obviously, you have to be ready for something worse that might as well just arrive at your place. So that's just how the fights are going to be just happening, and that's just how the players are looking forward to it. They are just sitting out there trying to focus on the rotations and otherwise. Meanwhile, there is this team of NFP as well. They are also 800-700 meters away from the circle, so they also need to move as the zone has started up its own pace.
Yeah, some of the teams have to move towards the zone because already we saw some of the teams dropping to the area or the northern side to the area where all these teams actually tried to constitute their loot. But some of the teams that are already not in the zone, they have to move into the circle. Talk about this team in the last game. Obviously, X Generation, they looked strong because they secured some of the kills, but then they actually fought. So this was a team that actually didn't go out of the match without securing any points, but they did secure some any point, and this match can be their theirs because some teams want to get to those in the groups after one or two match. So maybe after that one match, engine might get being heated for all these teams.
It might be the thing. It might be the thing as we're just talking about it. It might just be the thing. We'll have to just obviously see through it as for how and what the players are thinking about it and what they are not thinking about it. But well, slowly and steadily as the players are there, you can have a look at this as the players find out good areas, maybe good loots for themselves, and they are some of them are finding out good loot for themselves as well. But after that, it just comes down to one thing, and that is where will they be stopping up the journey? Because once it has started, obviously it you are rotating around the areas, you're rotating either inside the circle or around the circle, any way possible you want it, right? But after that, it comes down to one thing, and that is wherever you stop, are there teams there? Are you being contested? Are you not? Like, is that your safety spot or not?
Yeah, these will all be the things and attributes that these teams actually have to look up for because in this map of Miramar, not only just you have to be in the circle, but you have to play with all the ridges that you get. And just because of that, you need some splendid rotation coming your way because you have to be aware where the other teammates, where the opponents are. And in order to not let yourself find in all these woos, you would surely not let yourself go into that trench that might be dug up by the teammates. But for now, the last match, team Qwerty, they were looking very strong. Wolverine, especially in the last match, he dominated. Out of the seven kill that the team secured, 6 kill was into his name, so he carried his team single-handedly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I believe like out of 8 kills that the team had, they had the
Okay.
7 kills. Like he had 7 kills for himself because obviously first position it was 15 placement points and 5 kill points 20, but they got 12 and 8. Then they were 28 as well. So that's just how it was. But the thing is, yeah, he did dominate, but uh, his teammates obviously they were just trying to get their own survival points as well. So if in this game all of them dominate together, because Miramar is kind of a map that I would say the Pakistani teams love to play in their own
Exactly.
element. They like these kind of maps. They like to have a good synergy, a good open area for themselves, a good fights, like many of the good fights for themselves. So we'll have to see how this Miramar
Yeah.
pans out for this team, because these teams all together, because hey, if it kind of just becomes your strongest map, your opponents are also learning from your capabilities.
Exactly. So think about that. Team Qwerty, the players from their side, for example, Wolverine was in a form in that last match. Think about that. All the three members that he has as a teammate, if they get into the groove, they can actually decimate the opponents. But we have to still wait for that if that happens or not, because obviously other teams will be there to give them the resistance. And some of the teams already have played against each other. Most of the matches they have played against each other, but obviously Miramar comes once in a while, so they have to strategize accordingly. But with that, first airdrop on its way, so Og with 4x.
The first airdrop does have an AUG in its own ground. So I would like to ask you one thing. I know we have never had this conversation. Not like, what's your favorite airdrop gun if you want to talk about it?
MK40.
All right. Well, AUG
Because
kind
I
of.
go for all these assault rifle action. So in case if you want it to get equipped with the ATEX, you can still have. But we have seen MK14 if gets equipped with extended AR, that 20 bullet, you can do wonders with that.
All right. Well, I wanted to ask you this question just about one thing, that in these kind of maps, right? The map of Miramar, AUG kind of also goes for a versatile role. The thing is, obviously, you're using it in close range, you can, but with the 6 times, AUG kind of, I call it a luxury weapon just because of one thing, that you don't need extra, like much of an extra stuff on it. You just have a 6 times scope and you use it, and you can really easily control recoil. It's one of the easiest guns to get its recoil control, right? So that in that way, somehow AUG kind of just becomes the game changer in these kind of maps if you want to go for mid to long range sprays. So if a player want to use it, obviously they would, but it just comes down to it, like, would they go for the airdrop or not right now?
Exactly. I guess one of the team which may be closer to the drop might go for them, because the circle is just making a second shift. So most of the teammates, most of the teams are just trying to get into zone. So they might feel safe while taking the drop. But yes, in the fourth or the fifth circle, if these drops are even 50 meters close to you, teams think not to go. Do they want to go or not? We still have to wait for that.
Yeah, we will have to just stay and look at that for sure how it happens. But now with everything, as the players are just out there, I mean, they're trying to spot down the good areas. They're trying to stay onto their own grounds as the second circle is coming up again. So many times as we have seen the zone just taking down its own toll. But this airdrop, I mean, this is an important one for sure.
Exactly. AWM minutes, and with that Magnum and cheek pad making it all wonders. We can see if any team gets a hand onto that. And not only that, you get the luxury of a level 3 vest and level 3 helmet, and obviously level 3 backpack to get the most of thing in your bag. But it seems that Maximus, rotating from the same vicinity, have already got hold of this drop, that it has been dropped down. Maybe they will wait that if a team comes to this place, they will just try to knock them off, and then they might go for the loot. But for now, they haven't had the loot.
Probably. That's just how it is. That's just how the players are just looking forward to it, and that's just how the players are trying to find out a good area for themselves. But now with this one, as you can see, the water treatment area, it's kind of a good area, as well as it has a slight ridge, slight mountain on from the backsides, and after that, obviously, it has a proper area to take down all the fights that they can or cannot take for themselves. Well, Thunder right now just sitting down on his own area. Now the circle shifts again, and 350 meters. Well, that's a distance that they'll have to cover.
Yep, they have to go into the zone for 350-meter, but that's a lesser distance as we compare to the other team, is that they have to travel 1700-meter. But the distance is actually lesser. But Circle will already make a third shift. So if we have already 14 teams into the same vicinity, so you might encounter some of the teams while you are traversing. So you have to be precarious about that, and minding that all other teams know how to make a rotation. Talk about this team, the ChapadGanjus. In the last match, they were on the receiving end in this very first half of this match. We just saw clashing them with the players of FT, but till now they have done pretty damn well, not in order to engage themselves in those early fights.
Yeah, definitely. They have done pretty damn well for themselves, but now it comes down to one thing, that is, will they do even better? But by the looks of it, they would want to do even better for themselves. Well, Shan onto the backsides of Faisal as well. Like all these players, they are trying to move. Now they are trying to move inside the circle, and they will be moving inside the circle for sure. As the zone is pretty close to them, they will be able to get there in no time for sure. After that, they just have to get a hold of a good compound, a good area if they can, and then they'll be taking up the fights. But look at that, Shaker has been taken down from BFR, will be finished down as well. So the fights somewhere around the areas, they are happening in their own pace.
Yup, the third circle has already made a shift, and now we can expect some fight going on. But still, the match has been on a very passive side. So it is for sure that in the next 5 minutes, we can see the action starting things off. But look at that, some teams just trying to make a rotation on the northern side, close to the area of Hasyana Dilpatan. Look at that, 2-3 teams in the same vicinity. Talk about RZx7E ESPORts, talk about Pindi. These all teams are already into that zone, and NFP again in the dead smack center.
Yeah, NFP again onto the center lines. If we just talk about it now, if we just talk about where the players are, the right hand side is completely empty. That means the team of Evil Kareem and his teammates, obviously they have a proper area to play around. 4th and as well, like from the sides of Graveyard, right? So now imagine if the circle goes towards these two teams, like that will be a good thing. Meanwhile, wherever the hard shift is, NFP still stays in the next circle.
Exactly, they will be. Maybe they will might find themselves in this smack center again if the circle takes a shift. Associate, they will still enjoy being on that edge, and then they can gatekeep the situation for teams like Qwerty onto the northern side, teams like Pindi and RZx7E ESPORts. So this is a good opportunity for them. They just have to wait for the circle shift, and they must be very happy with the way they have rotated till now. But look at that, one team is just trying to aggress to the players of FT, and that is of Rules Brekar. They are looking very strong for now, because 3 players onto 3 different compounds, and look at that area that Paraboy has actually held. But it seems that the players from Rule Breakers, Toma is just trying to make a slam in, and yes, the reinforcement has come. At any moment we can see knock coming in, but FTE Paraboy takes the first knock, and this can be an opening for FTE.
Well, that's just how it is. As the players are just, trying to look forward to everything for themselves onto the fights. And you can see FT Parab, all right, well, he takes down another one. Now he's moving up forward. Can actually taking down the team. Well, he looks really promising. Has an AK in his hands. Well, the Molly has been taken out. 1 HP is what his opponent is. Well, he's burning, though he does not need to worry, as from all directions, pincering his enemies down. And there it is. The wipe comes down.
Exactly, Vibe comes down and becomes the first team to get eliminated, and they must be very happy the way FTE actually took the fight. So a slamming that we saw from the sides of Rulesbreaker, that has been straight away denied.
Yeah, it has been. But the thing is, they get a hold of a good loot. They get hold of a good area. They just found out really good stuff for themselves, and that just matters a lot for all these kind of fights. And this is how it just happened. Now their only query is going to be how do they move in the circle, because obviously they have an open area. But the thing is, they'll have to move as soon as they can. Fourth zone, it's started. Well, we can see a few M24 shots as well in the kill feed.
Yup, we just witnessed a squad wipe out with the help of that AR, and now is the time that we may see, and we have already seen some of the players going down with the help of that trap shot. But Playzone is taking also the brand, and Pablo has already gone down. But in the same vicinity, we just saw a moment that Tyro was also holding the compound. This slamming and this push, they already knew that one of the squad is already there. And yes, I was talking about these things because Qwerty is just trying to pincer them down, and these all fights are actually happening to the northwestern half of the circle, where the teams for Qwerty are playing the edges, are not allowing the players of Tide to go into community zone. But look at that, X Generation also from the backhand side, they are just trying to come into that zone. Does the player of Qwerty have realized that one team is already trying to aggress for the moment? But RZx7E ESPORts, 4 players out in the open. Wolverine, had that spray been more disciplined, he could have taken some players down.
Definitely could have taken the players down on for his own still, but now look at this as Wolverine is trying to take the players down slowly and steadily. They are dishing out a lot of damage. Destroyer meanwhile takes down one though. Oh, shock, he will be taken down as well from the other side. Now Heather is just trying to move forward for his own player to get up a revive or something. But the thing is, it's a really open area, so it kind of just plays up with the mind. But now his one shot can take one down. After's just out there. Well, he's getting shot from the backside as well. Heather drops down right now, has his 12 bullets, needs to go for a reload, and obviously needs to revive his teammates. And as you can see, so many teams, so many players onto these areas. They have to get inside the circle as soon as they can.
They have to because we see the circle waits for none, and the blue zone is just trying to contract and to overlap to the area where the safe zone is actually there. And in a moment or two, we can see the circle taking a 5th shift. Then we can see some more traffic, some more rotation coming from these sides, because they are still waiting for the teams coming from that area. But let's see, we still have to wait for that. But for now, it's the enemy already on to the very back foot, because 2 pairs already being eliminated. But because of that also, they are just not stopping. Abso with that knock, taking that knock onto the players of FTE. Now it becomes important for Paraboy to move into the zone, because if he gives him the revival, he might be eliminated, because Envy knows that one team is already onto the back end and they must try to eliminate them. And look at that, Tyro also Zen surviving, and it seems that he is the sole man surviving from his team.
Well, so many players trying to take each other down. As now where the circle is, it went down to the sides of San Martin, to the southern side of Hassan Del Patron. You can see the players of Qwerty, they were onto the sides of Hassan Del Patron, but now they'll have to get inside the circle. They are trying NFP. They're trying to contest NFP by the looks of it. And NFP right now taking down FT Paraboy. They are confirming their own kills. 10 teams, 28 players alive.
Exactly, and it's with that, FT has been sent to the lobby, and as we just said a moment back, even with that hardest shift comes, NFP will be sitting in a very good position, and yes, they are holding the edge of the circle. Now the question is, how are they gonna capitalize from this situation? Because they are very much advantageous. If we talk about the numbers advantage that they have, they just have to play passively and calmly, and they might get a chicken dinner. But for now, Team Qwerty is also looking strong. 5 kills into the name. They are also holding the edge of the circle, and I would be really interesting to see how NFP would give a challenge to the players of all those that are onto the edge of the circle.
Yeah, obviously we will have to see how that could just happen. But now look at this. Oh, AUG was in the hands, but it did not deliver, as what we were talking about a few minutes back though. But now it comes down onto one thing, and that is how can you Oh, I was thinking about how can you revive your teammate by that smoke, but the thing is, it was taken down straight away. The eliminations are happening. Look at that, Psycho went down by his own grenade.
Exactly. Some players are going down with the help of by the brunt of the zone, and some going down by the nades. But for now, ChapadGanju, they are still 2 men strong. Hassan and Shayan are still 2 men surviving. They are holding the edge. But if they have to survive, they have to pop in the smokes. They have already did. But fourth generation realizing this, look at that trajectory. The trajectory the players from fourth generation are just trying to flush off the nades, because if you pop in the smoke, you already invite shots and nades to come your way, and that just happened. But the distance is pretty very much, and just because of that, fourth generation were not able to let that nade connect. Will the players from fourth generation come closer to that rock that is lying onto the face? Then they can get some knocks with the help of that utilities.
That's just how it has to be with the players and everything. We'll have to see how the players just take up onto their own fights and take it down, as we are down to 7 teams, 20 players remaining, and every team, most of the teams I would say, are constituting the areas around the edge of the circle. So that's just how it is. In 45 seconds, the fifth zone is going to be just moving up forward with its own self, and by that circle, let's see what happens. Chalky, meanwhile, he goes down onto the fights. Hassan, Shan onto the backsides, and now Hassan, can he take the players down with another good grenade? He'll have to go for a jump grenade. He does go for it. 73 meters the distance between jump grenades. So let's see if it just hits in the right spot. Well, it diverted from that rock.
Exactly, that was a thing that didn't go into his way. Had that rock been less smaller, Nate would have connected easily. But for now, Qwerty is also looking very strong. They have secured a very good kill amount if we talk about that. But Pendy into the fight, taking the players off Qwerty, and just because of that, Khan has already been knocked out. But Voltruck just not stopping, and Destroyer also trying to destroy all the players onto the front line hand side. But look at that, a rotation coming in from the side of 7E Esports.
Oh.
3 players still surviving. Does they know that one team is already on to the left hand side, and ChapadGanju, they might face elimination?
Well, Shan was almost taken down, though. He puts up a first hit. Now he needs to either revive Hassan or just use Hassan as a bait to take the players down. But the thing is, 7 is pretty close to them, and they are trying to take the players down. Well, Shocky takes on Hassan, and that means Evil has just one player remaining as of now. Now everyone's still trying to get the hold of the edge of the circle. That's where the players are playing, and the fights are still happening. Look at that, Shan. He goes down from the backsides, but well, he did his job. He did knock down one player, but the finish was not his yet.
Fourth generation doing a pretty decent job in order to secure not just placement point but also taking the kills. But look at that split from Qwerty, team Qwerty. 3 players onto one side holding the edge, and one player still holding that ridge that he is still holding. But for how long, the question will be answered in a moment, because Pindy, they were just pincered down by the players, and that rotation, that split actually went way into the players of Qwerty.
Yeah, that's just how the fights have been happening all together in total. Well, look at this. A good spray was being regulated. Psycho did take down one. His vest is completely done for. But the thing is, he knows that his bullets can do the damage, and he is getting that kill for himself. He did take down one, but now the shots are coming down onto his own direction. Voltrucks, well, this team is still surviving. They have 11 kills. Will they be able to change the course of history? As yesterday, it was freestyle. First game, second position. Second game, chicken dinner. Will they do the same? First game, they had second position with one of the highest kills, and in this game, can they have the chicken dinner for themselves?
Team is looking very, very, very strong. Qwerty is the team. They are looking very strong because Voltrucks and Khan just not allowing the players of NFP to make an entry. Just because of that, they are just popping some smoke in order to impair the vision. But look at this, Voltrucks just trying to create the flank angle. It's because of that he is being brought down to 20 HP. But NFP, they are also looking very strong. 4 kills already onto the rim. Psycho, Pan, Rahman, they just have healed themselves up, and now is the time that they might go into the zone. But before that, they might fight some impediments, some roadblocks, because they have to cross this road in order to get into zone. And apart on the other side of the road, there are some teams already waiting for them.
Well, they are being shot down from the other sides as well. So obviously, the player Pan has been taken down. Rahman, Psycho, it's down to you 2 players. If they can, just to take up the fights, as the player will be finished down for sure. They know it, that Shocky was on the front side, so they'll have to just wait for this area. But the thing is, they are inside the circle, but they are in the open. So that creates even more panic into the minds of the players.
Exactly, NFP are very much in the open. They just need to pop in some smoke, else they will face the elimination. But look at that, all the 4 players moving in tandem. They are just marching forward. But Wolverine with that M24 shot has already knocked down, and they're just not only taking fight from one team, they have also eliminated the players for NFP. And now is the moment they are just trying to charge in up against the players of RZx7E ESPORT. And within a moment or so, we can see a chicken going with him, taking all the players down. Look at that, they are just trying to decimate. But in that same situation, it seems that Voltrox is a sole match. He does that.
Well, even when he does that, he'll be taken down though. Still, again, the storyline reads the same. So close, yet so far is where it has been back to back to back right now.
Exactly, it was seemingly, it was their chicken dinner. Had Voltrox not gone for that aggressive push, things could have been different the way, because the last moment we just saw from the right hand side, they just eliminated NFP from one side. From the left hand side, they took the fight that was away from their road, and amazing game coming up from their side. I'm just waiting how many kills as a team Team Qwerty has secured in the way.
Well, we'll have to just, how this has been. I would love to see with the kill numbers as well, with the gameplay. So I would say every team in the top 5 did impress us with their gameplay, because first of all, the circle was demanding an open fight. They got the open fight. The circle was demanding, to stay at their own areas. If you have a race, to stay onto the backlines or ridge and take up the fights. We saw NFP doing that. We saw 4Gen doing that. So those teams, they did impress us a lot with these fights, these kind of fights.
Exactly, but also an impressive game coming up from the sides of RZx7E ESPORTS, because they also were taking some of the kills. And as you said, all the teams that were in the top 4 and top 5, they were doing some decent job in order to not just secure the kills. Also, we talk about Team 4 Generation. They also secured some of the kills, and they did pincer down the players. And also, I would like to bring the players from Pindi. They also did some good job. Eventually, the circle didn't go into the favor, and just because of that, they were facing the brunt of that blue zone, and also they were being spotted from the safe zone by the other players, and just because of that, they did falter down at that moment. But again, Team Qwerty, the way they are playing an aggressive gameplay again and again, impressive game from these lads also.
Yeah, exactly. A really impressive game from these lads. If we just talk about it, obviously we'll be looking forward to everything else in detail as for how their gameplay just went good or bad, or what just happened all together. But it just comes down to one storyline, that is top 8, because we remember top 8 was at 50 plus points, and then obviously after that it was a drop of significant points from 9 to 16. So is there going to be one team that just tries to just go for the 8th position or something like that? Because all in all, it matters a lot for a lot of teams now.
Yep, you have to, because you need to find yourself in the top 8 position, and then only you will be able to qualify, because obviously we'll talk about that. But before that, let's head over the match ranking for this match. And Team Qwerty, look at that, 17 kills already onto the name, and 12 total points. And Dark Paws coming up with that chicken era, 15 total placement points and 6 kills. They also had a very decent match. RZx7E ESPORTS, they also had a decent match, as also 4 Generation, X Generation, and ChapadGanju 2.
Qwerty, the curse of the second position, just going on for them back to back. They've had second position. They need that chicken dinner though. Let's see if it happens in the upcoming games. But well, this is where the other teams are. Envy, Maximus, Tyro. I mean, last game Tyro was doing really good. In this game, obviously, they have faltered down. So we'll have to see what the comeback story just means for this team.
So yeah, how many times have we seen that a team that secures the chicken dinner in the last match actually becomes the teams to get eliminated at a very early stage, or maybe they don't get able to perform the way they already did. But I believe that in the second and third match also, because Erangel was the match where they get the chicken dinner, and also the next match will be Erangel, so they must be having their eye on the same map. But before that, let's head towards the Oppo F19 Pro moments, and this was a slam from Rules Breaker that was straight away denied by the players of FTE.
So this has been the slam, like that's just have been the fighting stance for the players, as it has been. If we just talk about it, well, somehow I would say the players they did try to take up a good fight, and this was a really good fight by FTE.
Exactly, a very good fight initiated by them, and look at the way the players from both the sides just trying to engulf the player, and they did everything right in the way to eliminate the players of Rule Breakers. And the best part for FTE was they not just only eliminated the players, they kept all the 4 players intact.
Yeah, they did, keep the player numbers for themselves, and with that, just happening. This is where the final fights were happening with the players in the open. Obviously, it just comes down to it. But now you'll have a look, right? The damage was done, but he was also left on to
Exactly.
He was left on to low HP, and hence he went down. But with that, 94-86, it's still a good lead that these teams have.
Yep, they still have the good lead, and the thing that you were talking about, from 94 to 57, we see a decent amount of point difference if we talk about X Generation that is topping the chart, and Tyro that have made to the top 7, and Tyro, they are the only team to hold the 7th position with 2 chicken dinner. That means this team especially know how to get that chicken dinner and to convert that. They just need to bring at least 3 to 4 players to that 6 to 7 circle, and then they can have their chicken dinner served in front of them.
Yeah, that they can, that the players can. But look at this again, 9 to 16. Still, there's a difference. If we just talk about it, and there are only a few teams that are playing the matches. On 9 to 16, you can see, but there are the other teams that haven't played the matches yet, or that have to just try and start up their day to day. So it is looking quite onto the difficult side for the players.
Yup, it is looking big. But look at that. Dark Paws become the first team in the second half of the chart to have 1 chicken dinner into the name, but they're still on to that second position. So after this chicken dinner, Dark Paws might eye themselves in the first half of the chart. But for that, they have to pull off some Herculean effort, because as you said, there is a significant point difference from second half of the chart to the first half of the chart. And from 11 to go to 8 or to 7, this will take an effort to do so.
This will definitely take up an effort to do so in its own self. Well, we'll have to just look forward to it as for how or what the games just bring down for these players, as a lot of these players, they are looking really good for the fights.
Yep, we have to wait for that, because obviously the third match for the day will be on its way, as the first Erangel did happen and the second Miramar, and as we say, the off maps become the Miramar and Sanhok between these 3 Erangels.
Yeah, exactly. That's just what it has been. Just moving forward, back to back. Yesterday also we saw the same schedule, but obviously those were different teams. Now again, with the different teams, a different story will be written.
Exactly. Today, all together, different group is playing. We'll talk about all these conversations and have all these things. But before that, we'll just take a very short breather. Be right back.
Wanna see my baby run? Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Welcome to Karakin. Today, let me guide you on an in-depth understanding of this 4-square-kilometer humble island. Before stepping into Karakin, you may have already heard about the intimidating Demolition Zone. In Demolition Zone, buildings will be destroyed into smithereens. But rest assured that today's tour will be a safe one. Karakin might be a small island, but the textile industry of the island works as a crucial financial support for the entire island. Our first attraction is Al Haik. Al Haik is a medium-scale town, and people who lived here refine pigments for a living. Then those pigments will be sent to Hadika Nemo for dyeing. Skyscrapers are scarce in Al Haik. Compared to other urban areas, there are fewer visitors here, which makes looting easier. It's a perfect choice for a team of 4 in search of adequate equipment supplies. We'll be walking by the sea, and our next attraction will be Hadika Nemo, which serves as the port of importing raw materials of Karakin. Imported textiles are dyed in vats filled with multiple colors and distributed to the factories. If you want to choose this place as your landing spot, then it's recommended that 1 to 2 players in your team land in the containers area, as they can easily find combat supplies here, and head to the city to support their teammates. In the middle of our journey to Al Habar, we'll be passing by an enclosed warehouse. You will need to use Sticky Bomb to blast the walls that look less solid to get in. There's always something nice in here. But be careful, as one might not want to hide behind those walls during combat, because those unmaintained walls can be easily penetrated with just a touch, making you susceptible to attacks from enemies and exposing you to dangers. The next stop is Al Habar, which is the largest urban area in Kharkiv. There are many residents, hence the numerous high-rising residences. No doubt this place will be a popular spot in the future. Our next attraction is the port city of Bar Shahir, which stores and exports goods of Kharkiv. This is the perfect spot to search for weapons, making it my personal favorite. Next up is the city of the West, Bashara. It was a city congested with residents, with tall buildings providing convenience in observing the surrounding movements. Just make sure not to lose your directions here. Our final destination is the cargo ship, located at the southwest corner of the map. This ship has been idle here for forever, and has already been abandoned. Yet there are still goods that remained here. However, due to the gigantic size of the cargo ship and the containers, this place no doubt becomes a place to rumble. Don't you feel the excitement already just thinking of it? Besides these urban areas, Kharkiv also houses many such little buildings. Rumor has it that there's another passage beneath these buildings, as well as a huge space beneath Kharkiv. Well, it's up to you, believe them or not. Alright, your Kharkiv tour is now closing its curtains. Looking forward to seeing you next time.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region, sponsored by Oppo F90 Pro. My name is Phoenix Shivan, the Messi here caster, and alongside me it's Ocean Sharma. So, how are you, my friend?
I was better before, but well, I've seen better days. Well, now there's going to be the third match, obviously, for today, and that's going to be Erangel. So yeah, we would just love to see how that Erangel just comes down to its own self, as all the players, everyone would be ready to take up on their opponents. And obviously, it just comes down to one more thing, and that is the top 8. They are moving on for a different fight as compared to the 9 to 16. As the point difference, it's increasing somehow.
True, the teams who are in the top 8, they're literally increasing the points lead amongst the teams who are on the second page of the overall ranking. So now teams, they have to focus on those consistent performances, right? If we talk about consistent performance, one team, Qwerty is the one just leading the charge right now in every single game. They are in the top of the match ranking table. Let's see how they are going to perform in this particular match. In the previous Erangel match, we saw that ChapadGanju as well as Team FTE, they were dropped down into the same drop location, and at that time ChapadGanju, they faced a rat and they got reduced to only one player. Just because of that, they can only able to secure only 1 point.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Go down, and they did face the wrath of their opponents. But now it comes down to one thing, and that is that you might be thinking that your drop location is going to be good, or you might be thinking that you are dropping down, it's going to be a good area or something like that. But obviously, your opponents have something else in their minds that can just make or break the game for you. Well, all the players have dropped down. Now it's just one thing to see the circle, and again we're going to be seeing a Yasnaya Southern Shift circle.
Yeah, in the previous Erangel match, it's kind of same type circle. Now it's just shifted towards more eastern side. Let's see how these teams are going to perform. Team Qwerty, they are quite happy with this type of circle because they are inside the zone. They can do their favorite loot, basically collect some decent amount of loot to take some fights. We're talking about taking some fights. Team Dark Paws, they are engaging in some fights between Team BFR. By the looks of it, Team BFR not looking good because their player. Oh my! Okay, I think so. Baru, he is on 1 HP.
Yeah, he's barely surviving, just barely, trying to breathe on for his own self. Well, Bad Boy takes on Cool Boy and obviously takes him, just finishes him out as well. That means the fights, if they're trying to take their opponents down, they are being taken down as well. The Hunter are trying to become the Hunter in this one. And look at that. Look at his HP. There's no HP bar.
Whoa, this is literally magic HP, we can say that. But he's still surviving. That's the main thing. But for how long? Bot, it seems like he spotted down Bad Boy inside that particular compound. Come on, no! It could have been taking some shots.
Could have been taken, could have been taking some shots, but now Emperor obviously just there trying to sit onto his own area, and Sheikho onto the backsides. Well, has some good stuff for themselves. They are trying to just get good loot, and obviously they have saved down their teammate. Now it just comes down to one thing, and that is where can they just sit and not take up the good fights. Well, the players are, by the looks of it, are trying to just look forward for the good fights for themselves. Let's see if it comes down to it or not. As Pochinki, it's already being crowded.
True. Shaiko with an amazing flank angle, literally can do a lot of job from that flank angle. Hamza Bot, we can see he is a little bit far away from Emperor as well as Bot, but he can do wonders with that location too. Babu finally he is now on 75% HP, has that Bison. We know that Bison is a decent gun. The fire rate is pretty good, so as the damage, but players usually prefer Thompson than Bison. I don't know why, but the bullets, the bullet counts. Bison has the highest amount of bullet counts, according in the SMGs. But why people prefer Thompson? What do you think about this?
It's kind of the meta that Thompson just brought with its own self, the stability as well. Obviously, there was a time, if you remember, right? UMP 9 used to be the main meta, and obviously Vector 45 used to be the thing. But then they changed it, and with that change, obviously Thompson came into the meta because Thompson kind of just gets to good stuff, and obviously 9mm 0.45 is if it comes down to what your backpack would want to hold at that moment. Plus, no one would want to go for Bison just because of one thing, that is comparatively, even if it's like a few milliseconds, but comparatively the reload timing kind of just changes out.
Oh yeah, you can attach an extended quick draw, I think so, in Thompson. And the reloading speed just changes. The reloading speed decreases, and it's going to help you a lot in some crucial fights. If we're talking about crucial fights, it's a straight-on competition between these two particular teams in the Pochinki area. They are inside the safe zone, so yeah, the fight takes. I think so. They are going to take some amount of time to continue this fight. Meanwhile, we can see Tyro as well as PINDIESPORTS so far away from every single team.
There are these teams that are just so far away, but look at that PFR. All right, the players are being taken down. The trades are coming up all together, and that's what the players actually needed to just witness as the players are being taken down. Now Umar onto the backlines again, has his teammates onto that area, but the thing that just comes down to this one is how will they be able to take up the fights? Will they be able to take up the more and more of the fights for themselves or not? It just comes down to that contestation as well. As Pochinki, still the players are there and they're not leaving the area without taking up a fight against them.
Yeah, this is a good thing. Meanwhile, Dark Paws, I think so, this is the only team who has a second dinner, but still on the second page of the overall ranking. So yeah, they have to do some work right now because you have only 2 games left after this match. Bad Boy just I think so, he's just waiting for that perfect opportunity to knock Umar down, but after knocking him down, you have to confirm that kill. Bot, okay, right now it's just backing off, changing the location, which is a really good thing because just change your location. That compound might work out for you.
It might just work out for the players, for the people or not, because if you're just looking forward to everything as for how the fights are going to be happening, we'll have to look forward to it. Everyone is trying to find out their own good area. Everyone is trying to find out their own good stuff on this moment. Well, let's see how things happen.
Yeah, let's see how things happen. It's kind of stalemate situation for both the teams because no one is aggressing at this moment, right? Especially the players from Dark Paws, because now they just brought down to only 3 players, right? This is a very, very important thing. First, you have to take down at least one player of your opponents. Then you can win this fight. So the same thing for Team BFR. They are also playing. They are just brought down to 3 men. Now, it's very important for you to at least take down one player, because yeah, same thing, if you just punish your opponents, you're gonna win that fight. Tiger OP, that is a really, really risky move.
Well, by the looks of it, yes, it is. It is a really, really risky move onto its own self, and that's just how it is. That's just how it is for all the players, as they are just out there. The grenades, the throwables are being used and utilized as well. But the thing is, you can't just give all the throwables out in the early skirmish, because maybe your opponent does not have a grenade or something. You just use, maybe you have 3 grenades. You just used all of them, and you did not take down your opponent. That means your grenades did go to a waste. So you need to just use those things with the proper utilization.
True, precisely. Basically, use those utilities precisely. So get some, at least dish out some amount of damage. Right now, Tiger OP, you could spot it out. Yes, I was talking about this thing. Emperor is the one going to take him down. Now it's a good situation for Team Dark Paws, because one player of your opponents, one player, he got knocked out into the open area. Now they are looking 2 men strong. Bad Boy just going to lob a smoke, and it might work out as an extra cover.
It might, it might work out as an extra cover. If we just, talk about it, it might just be an extra good cover for the players for sure. Now to look forward to it. Well, now the players, obviously, they are knocking their opponents down, and their opponents are trying to get the teammates up. So altogether, all in all, this smoke cloud, it's kind of helping them, not helping them. It kind of just works either ways. So this is the only skirmish that has been almost happening altogether. Rest assured, in all of the map, no other fight has started.
True. Not single fight except this, and we have another fight just break down inside the blue zone. The players from RZx7E ESPORTs, they got pinned down by the players of RZ7E. This is a team which is literally so good. Their gunpowder is also insane. Meanwhile, it seems like Dark Paws, they eliminated Team BFR.
Yeah, by the looks of it, yes, they have eliminated the team BFR right now. And look at that again, just trying to get up a hold of a good area for the players. That's what they are trying to do. That's what they are just looking forward for themselves. And now Defaulter onto the backside. Defaulter just also trying to look forward to a good area, as the players are. The school kind of becomes a good area, and well, they don't have to move at all. But Play Zone, all right, Play Zone's doing its wonders.
Yep. True. Play Zone has to do some wonders. But you know what? The main thing, guys, I just want to ask main thing, that staying inside the center is a good option. Every single time it is a good option, or sometimes staying on the edge is a decent option too.
Depends on how your opponents are playing, right? If everyone's just going for the edge, you would, and if you want kills. Right, it depends on every match, right? If you want kills, you'll have to stay at the edge as well. Try to go for the backstab of your opponents. If everyone wants to stay at the center, then also you you can stay at the center, or you can stay at the edge. You'll stay at the edge. Oh, that was good driving.
Yeah.
You can stay at the edge, and that would just mean one thing, and that is that you can, if the circle goes for a hard shift, that will be a good thing. But if you are at the center, no matter where the hard shift is, you'll still be in the next zone. So somehow, but that might just become your edge afterwards. So it just depends in its own self altogether.
True. But utilizing that location is the best thing, right? If you're in the center, it doesn't mean that you're not going to take some fight. You're gonna forced to take some fights, because teams, they love to engage in some fights in which, with those teams who are in the center, to steal that location from you, to steal those skills as well, and then to conquer that location till the final circle. So you have to be prepared to absorb a lot of fight if you are in the center of the zone. Right now, the players from RZx7E ESPORT, they are absorbing a lot of damage from the blue zone, staying pretty far away from the safe zone, just doing some late rotations. Sometimes it punishes you a lot. That's why we can witness the same thing. RZx7E ESPORTs, finally, they are now looking good, but they already lost one player.
they did lose on to the player for themselves. But now look at this. Hamza has been taken down. Obviously, the finish will come down to towards these players for sure as they are moving forward. But no, there comes another one. But he'll be taken down as well. Now it's coming down to the trades as Umar is the last one surviving. Will he go for the fight or will he move back? Well, he's still thinking, and now by the looks of it, he's moving up forward. Well, if someone spots him down, they might just spray him out as well. But by the looks of it, he's reaching, he's going for the revive, or is he going for the finish? He has spotted on the players on from the backsides. He'll be taken away from the lobby.
Yeah, Paws taking exit at 13%. Now, RZx7E, they survived as well as secured 4 kills. So now, after really good start, second blue zone start closing in. We are going to witness the third zone in a minute or two. But the main thing is how the fights are going to pan out, because we can see teams are finally engaging in some early fights. They need those kills. They are hungry for those kill points because they know that this is the high time. You have only 2 games left, and who will qualify, who will stays behind, still question.
Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how the players look forward to it, and that's just how the players are looking forward for their own fights. And by the looks of it, I would say the fights did go really good as of now. The ones that have happened onto the poaching and also the backside. So the players are looking hungry for their fights.
Yeah, the players are literally looking hungry for some fights. Meanwhile, if I want to talk about this team, MAXIMUSxFTN, right? This player, Psycho, every single time he leads his team to victory. He is the one. He's the one just act as a catalyst, just initiate some fights. Then he's the one who end those fights. So I literally love his playing style, the way he plays. But right now, he is going for those Yasnaya apartments. Holding those Yasnaya apartments, the best thing you can do right now.
Yeah, he is holding on to those Yasnaya apartments, and that kind of just becomes a really good thing as for what the players are trying to just get for themselves, get towards themselves. We'll have to look forward to it. We'll have to see through it as for what the players will be just doing towards all the fights that are just going to be thrown onto them. As for now, that's how it is. That's how it is looking forward to.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we can see that the players are engaging in some fights. Okay. We can see the players from Rules Breaker. They are in a bit of trouble because one player got knocked out in the open. Reback just going to convert that kill. Oh, it seems like someone else needs that kill. It seems like X Generation. They want to steal that kill, and that's going to be literally interesting because Reback he has to confirm that kill. Otherwise, you are not going to open your kill departments back.
Well, that's just how it has been, right? So that's just how the players have been just looking forward to. Well, Osama, all right, Temur has been taken down from Osama. Obviously, that's one more confirmation that just happened. We're on to 45 player alive, 12 teams surviving with FTE. They have all those players, but they need to rack up more kills. Well, Hitman, meanwhile, M24s. We saw one M24 shot in the Miramar as well. Now it's making its way to Erangel.
Yep, and we know that M24 is the best bolt action, best sniper you can use right now. Voltruck's coming to action, knocked out NV Hash with his DP28, but the kill confirmation is not yet there. Meanwhile, Tyro on the other side knocked out Hussey with his M416. We can see a lot of fights happening in this urban area, but the kill confirmation is going to be a little bit difficult because we know that the players, they have a lot of cover and a lot of area to hold on.
Yeah, the players do have a lot of cover and a lot of area to hold on. Well, Fortune Shocky takes down Ahmed as of now, as the players are, being taken down slowly and steadily, all together on for themselves. Now, even these players, they are the four-man squad right now. You remember last time, obviously, they were being taken down slowly and steadily. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is a fun moment, right? Just lobbing some stun grenades onto your teammates like, hey, bro. What are you seeing? Nothing? Okay, now you're going to see a wide screen. I just want to crack a joke, but yeah. No, I can't. I cannot able to do that.
Why are you making jokes, man? There are players dying out of the play zone right now. Come on.
I know, like, you have to focus on those early rotation, right? Ocean, if you're going to close your eyes, what are you going to see? Nothing, right? That's what my life without you. Like, that's what my casting without you.
Oh my god. And if you open your eyes, what do you see? A stun grenade?
Yeah, like you got stuck at that position, right? You have no option.
Well, right now, you just have a look at this, right? Let's just focus on this one. Look at the cluster that's forming around Yasnaya. So many teams are coming into the homes of Yasnaya and the circle as well. That means if the zone stays in Yasnaya, we can see a heal battle. We have seen those before. We can see a heal battle. The most important circles that give you heal battle are the ones that has a lot of buildings in them in the final circle, and Yasnaya can get you that.
True, I totally agree with your point. But you know what? One more thing, that utilities usage it has to be on point, because urban circles, right? If your opponent just hiding inside a compound, it has 3 floors. What if you're just gonna lob a grenade in just 1 floor? And if you're gonna get some knocks, so it is going to be useful for you. Just save those utilities till the end. It might possible that you're gonna eliminate a whole team with just 1 molly or with just 1 grenade. It is possible, right?
It is kind of possible in those senses as well. Well, right now, look at this. Khan again needs a revive, and I would love to see what this team does in this match, because last 2 matches they have been, in the top 3. They have been at the second position in the match ranking. They have been at the first for sure, but they could not get that second, the extra 3 points from 12 to 15, the jump that there is. They could not get that. So maybe this time, but they are being pincered down from all the directions.
PINDIESPORTS the one. Hammer is the one just dished out some amount of damage onto Destroyer. Destroyer just on 40% HP, but he's inside this. He's inside the story, the compound, basically the 3-story, safe and sound. RZx is lobbing some mollies onto Defaulter. This molly could be detrimental. No, it doesn't connect onto Defaulter. Defaulter still safe.
Well, they are safe for themselves, but we'll have to look forward to it as for what happens as the players are just, again slowly trying to get a hold of a good area. There are still going to be a few players that are not inside the circle. They'll have to be. I mean, cluster of Yasnaya, and that to 12 teams. It's going to be highly populated. Oh, Destroyer, he barely survives though.
To be honest, Destroyer literally receiving a lot of damage from every single angle. Look at his vest as well as his helmet. His vest almost 85% damage, so as his helmet is 75% damage. Now he has to do some work on his rotation right now, because he received a lot of damage right now. But just the circle. Oh, it just take a eastern side of shift. Right now we can see a lot of teams are inside the zone, but RZx7E ESPORTS Neon, he is out in the open.
Well, he is out in the open. So now it comes down to how will they be taking up the fights. As we were just, looking forward to it, and we were talking about it, there are going to be a few teams that are still not inside the circle. They'll have to be inside the circle now. If they don't pay attention to the circle, the zone's going to play a lot of mind games from them. And now look at this. And again, the players, are trying to get a hold of the good areas with 18 seconds, 16 seconds, 15 seconds to spare. So they'll have to think fast and act fast.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kareem, come on! Oh no, come on! You can do it. You can. Oh, he just like, let me change my position. Let me get another vest. Now I'm gonna do. I'm going to pop some heads with my M24. Right now we can see Team Dido. Now this is a find out approach from their side. Like, every single player is in individual compound. They are holding individual compound. So this is a good thing, right? If one player got knocked out, then he is safe. His other teammates are safe. But what if every single teammate just got knocked out in every single compound? Then the chances of a revival are quite low.
Yeah, definitely the chances will become quite low with everything that there is on for the players' mind, on for the players, look forward to. But look at that NFP, they are dropping in, they are coming in now to take up a fight, and they are taking the players down. Tyro, they have lost on their players. Now Ron, he's trying to take the players down. He has taken one player down. He'll be going for the finish as well. He is going to go for it. That's the first skill confirmation that they have, and now he has his teammate 420 right next to him as Ron and 420. They're going to be staying in one house for themselves, as they know it's important to stick together.
True, they just rushed in onto the compound of Team X Generation. Now they got a good hold, but they just brought down to only 2 players, which is not a good thing, right? You need that mid advantage. You need the complete team to get huge amount of information to, win some fights. Right now, the same thing for X Generation. They are also looking 2 men strong. They are inside the safe zone, which is the best thing right now.
Yeah, that's just how it should be. That's just how it should be. But we'll have to look forward to this for what the teams are going to be doing when the cluster and the circle just shrinks down. Think about it. The circle right now has buildings. Imagine if the circle shifts a bit north. Obviously, every player will have to come out in the open.
Yeah, then to be honest, it is going to be interesting how these players are going to rotate, how they are going to engage in some fights, and how they are going to survive in this situation. But in a couple of minutes, we are going to witness where this fifth circle is, and it's still favoring a lot of buildings.
Well, it is definitely, favoring a lot of buildings onto this one. But now look at this. With a lot of buildings onto the equation, now it comes down to, are you going to be, just crossing the road to get to the buildings or not? Like, things like that matter, right? Things like those will be mattering up, for the players for sure. Meanwhile, Hammer takes down Neon, and that right now, it just goes down to 35 players, 11 teams, a live situation. All right, well, the throwables are also being used. Oh, as he goes down, needs up a revive.
Yep, Hasi, right now just bleeding out slowly and steadily, but I think so Revival is going to be their destroyer. I was telling about the same thing, Destroyer, he got knocked out, but I think so the Revival is going to be there. Meanwhile, the team Tyro 110, they got eliminated from the lobby at 11th position. The team 4 Generation secured some amount of kills for themselves. RB Toma on the receiving edge. Right now we can see Shayan with his incredible grenade knocked out free back.
Well, he did knock down Reback. Now it just comes down to one thing, and that is, will they be able to take up more fights or not? Shocky onto the backsides again, just trying to put down a lot of pressure. Sama's grenade takes down one player as well. It's down to 9 teams, 32 players that are surviving onto this location, this situation. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, look at Qwerty. The 2 players have been taken down. They need up a revive, but it won't be possible onto this location as Khan. Now he follows down, and Destroyer will be following up as well.
Yeah, meanwhile, we can see the players from Team NV holding a good compound still inside the circle, which is the best thing. Pindi Esports, they got stuck inside this individual compounds out in the open, which is the best thing right now, but always he got punished, got knocked out. The Revival is going to be there because his teammates he is very, very close to him. Meanwhile, if we talk about this team, 4 Gen, right, this team already secured some amount of kills, but securing more kills is going to be the best option for you because you need some kill points.
Yeah, they definitely need those kill points, but look at that Reback again, just gonna go for the revive. That's a dangerous place to revive your teammate, but well, if it works, it definitely works out for him. Now, with one more player, onto the hands, and look at that, the revive is coming up from the opponents as well. So they also, just gathering up the players for themselves. They know it's important, and now Reback, he did go for the revive, but does he know that rushing in would have been a good chance at that moment? Imagine had he rushed in, the players were giving up the revives, could have taken up the kills. Now they are rushing in. It might be a bad news for them as Hassan versus out there goes for the reload, has a holographic on his AKM. Let's see if he'll be able to take up the fight or not.
Meanwhile, Hassan in front of players of Team FT could not able to survive for too long. Oh my man, ChapadGanju taken exit at the 10th position. Reback is the survivor, is the savior. Okay, ChapadGanju is still surviving because we can see 2 players are still alive. Shayan is the one who got knocked out. Right now the players are 16 meters far away from the safe zone.
That's just how the game is. Oh, they are going to go for it. Are they going to go for it? Well, he needs to put up a first aid and then he needs to move forward. Look at this. Kareem does not have a first aid. Only stuff that he has is bandages. He'll have to go for the 75 HP for himself. And alright, he's going to go for the kill. He does secure a kill. That's just how the game is playing against you. Hazi, watch out for that grenade. Well, he's on to the other side. He does power up his opponent though, but nobody home onto that area. It's down to the 7th circle. Think about it. 7th circle and everyone now has to cross the road.
And we can see that the road is just filled with those smoke grenades. The smoke grenades are blooming in, covering every single area of basically a particular area of the road right now. Kareem, come on! Oh, he got knocked out. Where is the one? He has M76 to come on. He get knocked out. Dished out a lot of damage. Could not able to survive for too long. ChapadGanju take an exit. 7 blue zone closing in. Pindi Esports still surviving. We still have 7 teams left. This is literally a chaos.
This is a chaos. The way it's just forming up on its own self. 26-minute marker almost coming up. 7th circle. The zone of death has started showcasing its true colors. Well, Qwerty still surviving. Meanwhile, you look at that Fortune still surviving. But for how long? Heather goes down. Tornado goes down. Will they be able to survive? I mean, from the backsides, they can take up the fights. Look at this. Wolverine is confirming the kills. The team has 2 kills. But this time, they're trying to play better and more efficient. Hussey, he is out in the open. Will he be taken down? He has a smoke, but no, he gets shot down, spot down, taken down. Will the kill go to someone else? That's another question underlining.
Oh my man, I thought Scars is gonna lob grenade onto Wolverine, but Wolverine is still surviving. But to be honest, stay away from Wolverine areas. But whenever he's gonna spot you out, just gonna finish that kill. But yes, oh, that 1 second, he's just 1 second late to confirm that kill. Meanwhile, Hussey just bleeding out slowly and steadily. I think so. The kill confirmation is gonna be there. Meanwhile, we can see 4th generation hiding inside that one compound in which Pindy Esports also holding it. Voltrox, come on, 1 grenade, you can finish one team, at least one team. Satan is the ones, the last man surviving for team Maximus. This team is literally amazing. Still inside the safe zone. 8 circles just gonna close in after 45 seconds.
Well, the players are just out there. These 45 seconds is going to be important because after this, obviously, there's going to be one more zone. But look at that. The players are going outside the circle. Somehow, Fortune Shogi, all right, he's just going to go for the revive. That's important. That's important. But the thing is, your teammates, who's going to go for it? Who's going to go for the kills that are underlining right in front of you? Osama, he's just standing up there. Oh, they are reviving all their teammates. That's a brilliant strategy. They have 4 first aids. They can give it to one of their players if someone's just deficient of the first aids. But now it comes down to all the fights. There are a few players that are inside the circle, but there are a few that want those kills of the players that are going to be desperate to move in.
True. Meanwhile, we can see that the players, their vest as well as their helmets are totally damaged. But Voltrox, Wolverine, my bad, Wolverine, he has a level 3 helmet. Oh, this could be lethal. I thought that was a grenade.
That was a smoke. Even I thought that was a grenade. I mean, it could have taken down at least one player, but look at that. Voltrox, you gave him a second chance. He would love to make the most out of it, and he is. He knocks down one. Will he be able to take the players down? That's the only question, as everyone's going to come from his left-hand side. Well, Heather is just out there. He knows that the zone's going to damage him a lot, so he's moving in. And this house is what they wanted. This house is what they have now.
Right now, we can see that Wolverine is taking another fight. Voltrox is busy taking another fight right now. This is the perfect option. Come on, Voltrox, you can take down. We have still 6 teams left in their circle. 8 circle closing in. Teams are still alive. 14 players still in the lobby. Wow. Which team is going to get the chicken? And that's still a question.
This has been the history of the circles, Yasnaya. You always go for the heal battles. Best chance, better chance. Try to get the circle your own way. Well, now the players have been spotted down, taken down, hunted down. Gaming, he's surviving on 1 HP somehow. He's still surviving on 1 HP. Forge, and the players are being taken down. Well, they have 4 kills. Now this grenade can actually get them more. Alright, behold, as one boom is going to be taking down the players. Fortune Gaming goes down with the play zone. And now the players that are still surviving on for their own good health. Look at that. 9th circle coming up. Open area. 4 teams, 9 players, as there are the kills that are being taken down. Voltrox spots down the players. He's trying to take him down. Look at that. The play zone is the one taking down the players slowly. Shelly Osama takes on Fortune Choki. Parabo takes on Pindy Osama. Now it's time to go for the heal battles. If you have it as a 9 circles just coming up, and the players, they are trying to survive in the open. If you're not in the circle, you'll be taken down. Wolverine is in the circle. He's trying to stay safe. He spots down the player right next to him. He's trying to stay low. He gets taken down again and again. Top 3 for this team. But look at that. Pindy on one side, FTE on the other side. Who is going to be the last player standing? That's the only question.
Ahmed reviving his teammate in this moving circle. Paraboy just going to use this as an opportunity. Paraboy on very low health. So as the players of Pindy Esports. Paraboy could not able to survive for too long. Pindy Esports got the chicken dinner they need in 3rd Erangel map.
What sort of an amazing gameplay just came out of it. No one would have thought of it, but this is the storyline that gets written right now. One of the most amazing matches. One of the most amazing matches to be seen. Wow.
Wow, the way every single team was playing, every single team they were playing was so good, so intense. It was an intense match till the end. Nine circle, literally, a blue zone literally forced every single team to move out from the compound because it was in an open area, just in the center of the road, just gonna force every single team to just move away. At that moment, Voltron was like, can I do a clutch? Can I do a clutch? But could not able to do that. That jump shot could be lethal, but you know what? The more health you have, the more chances of survival you have.
Well, he was almost there. He was
Yeah,
almost doing the clutch for himself. It did not work out though, but he was there. So that was amazing, amazing a moment that he just witnessed, showcased for himself. But now it again comes down to one thing, and that is we enjoyed this match, we loved this match, we wanted a match like this, and we got this
true.
match.
True. And you know what? The third Erangel, one of the most interesting Erangel, to be honest, in this PMCC Pakistan region. The ninth circle is always an interesting one. We saw this type of similar circle earlier in the Georgia Pool City. That one team who secured the second dinner, Maximus was the one, I think. So they secured the second dinner with a decent amount of kills. But how many kills these teams have? PINDIESPORTS, I think so. They have 5 to 8 kills. So F4 they have 4 to 5 kills. And how many kills the team FTE have? Because they were the one who secured second position in this match.
Yeah, they definitely were the one who secured that second position in this match. And again, moving up forward, every team tried to get the best out for themselves. There were a few teams that were looking really good. There were a few teams that were looking brilliant for themselves, but there were a few teams as well that went on for the early eliminations. Obviously, they never wanted it, but that's just how the game just works in their own in someone else's favor or against them. So one game it might be good for you, might be bad for you. It's in its own ups and downs, but this
True.
is what the storyline reads. Again, Qwerty still in the top three in this one. So again, they'll be
Wow.
having good chances, but still top 8 and 9 to 16, it becomes a difference once again.
True, it is a huge difference between all the teams who are in the top 8 as well as all the teams who are in the 9 to 16 position. We have the match ranking of this particular map. Pindi Esports on the top with 9 kills secured and a second dinner, 24 total
Wow.
points. Team FTE on the second position with 19 total points. Team Qwerty, again, consistent performance, 15 total points.
15 total points for them, but 4th generation after this they have 12 points for themselves till Dark Paws, which the team that has no placement points but 4 kill points, and that's their overall points right now for this one particular match. Brekar was there as well with 4 points, but after that is where the story went down in its own ups and downs. BFR, RZx7E Esports, like 13 14 position, that was the number of teams that just played this game, so it was in its own ups and downs.
True. But one thing I have in my mind is how many, after securing 24 total points, Pindi Esports, at which point they are going to stop at, because I think so, they were at the second page of the overall ranking. But after this incredible performance, will they able to make into the first page of the overall ranking, or are they going to stay in the same spot?
Well, that's just how it has been. But if we talk about what the game has brought us, I would say they've brought us these open moments for sure. This was what I was talking about, right? Look at the start. That almost 1 HP survival. Wow.
Wow, literally it was insane. But after this fight, team RZx7E, they could not able to secure a decent amount of points. But Team Tyro, they were looking from good from the start. ChapadGanju, literally, if Kareem could able to knock down that one player, they would have scored. They could have basically get more amount of kills.
Yeah. They could have, but the circle was not letting them, I would say. Because look at this, even with the final fight, you would not have been sure, right? Because Paraboy, he did move forward. But the thing is, first of all, HP. Second of all, there were the players that were against him. So that was the kind of fight that it just went through. But now let's not talk about the top 3-4 teams right now, because obviously they are going to the next phase. But look at this, 62-59 for Rulesbreaker and Tyro, 7th and 8th position. Because top 8 is important right now. In Tyro, the thing is, they have had 2 chicken dinners. Still, they are at 8th position. Think about it, 15 points. That means in 2 games, they've had 30 points. In rest of the games, they've had 6 points for the placement.
Yeah, which shows that they are not that consistent, but somehow they managed to secure 2 chicken dinners. But now it's the high time. We have only 2 games left, but I'm literally excited for the second phase because 59 is the mark right now. Yeah, 59 is the mark. You have to cross that mark to secure a good position. Team NB, 47 points. Interesting.
47-40 for Pindi. Pindi got 1 good chicken right now. They'll have to just get another one like this, and then they can just try and contest if it comes down to it.
True. Now, Team NV, so as Team Pindi Esports, they have a lot of chances right now. If they could able to secure another chicken dinner, they'll secure a good position in the overall ranking because top 8 is the mark. Top 8 is your basically it's your priority if you want to qualify for the phase 3.
Definitely, top 8 is the mark if you want to, qualify for it. But we'll have to see if the teams get to there or not, or otherwise, what goes against them. Because there are teams that are trying their level best, but there are other teams that are, top 3 is they have tried their level best, but the other teams are trying to survive 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th position. They are trying to survive to get in the top 8. So for them, it becomes a much more of a mind pressure. Imagine once they are at the flight path, what they are thinking: we have to survive somehow. We have to get to the best of the best points for ourselves.
True. After this amazing match, we head on to a short break. Coming right up, it is going to be the Sanhok map. Let's go.
Good thing going. Good thing going on.
Welcome to Karakin. Today, let me guide you on an in-depth understanding of this 4-square-kilometer humble island. Before stepping into Karakin, you may have already heard about the intimidating Demolition Zone. In Demolition Zone, buildings will be destroyed into smithereens. But rest assured that today's tour will be a safe one. Karakin might be a small island, but the textile industry of the island works as a crucial financial support for the entire island. Our first attraction is Al Haik. Al Haik is a medium-scale town, and people who lived here refine pigments for a living. Then those pigments will be sent to Hadika Nemo for dyeing. Skyscrapers are scarce in Al Haik. Compared to other urban areas, there are fewer visitors here, which makes looting easier. It's a perfect choice for a team of 4 in search of adequate equipment supplies. We'll be walking by the sea, and our next attraction will be Hadika Nemo, which serves as the port of importing raw materials of Karakin. Imported textiles are dyed in vats filled with multiple colors and distributed to the factories. If you want to choose this place as your landing spot, then it's recommended that 1 to 2 players in your team land in the containers area, as they can easily find combat supplies here, and head to the city to support their teammates. In the middle of our journey to Al Habar, we'll be passing by an enclosed warehouse. You will need to use sticky bomb to blast the walls that look less solid to get in. There's always something nice in here, but be careful, as one might not want to hide behind those walls during combat, because those unmaintained walls can be easily penetrated with just a touch, making you susceptible to attacks from enemies and exposing you to dangers. The next stop is Al Habar, which is the largest urban area in Karakin. There are many residents, hence the numerous high-rising residences. No doubt this place will be a popular spot in the future. Our next attraction is the port city of Bar Shahir, which stores and exports goods of Karakin. This is the perfect spot to search for weapons, making it my personal favorite. Next up is the city of the West, Bashara. It was a city congested with residents, with tall buildings providing convenience in observing the surrounding movements. Just make sure not to lose your directions here. Our final destination is the cargo ship, located at the southwest corner of the map. This ship has been idle here for forever, and has already been abandoned. Yet there are still goods that remained here. However, due to the gigantic size of the cargo ship and the containers, this place no doubt becomes a place to rumble. Don't you feel the excitement already just thinking of it? Besides these urban areas, Karkin also houses many such little buildings. Rumor has it that there's another passage beneath these buildings, as well as a huge space beneath Karkin. Well, it's up to you, believe them or not. Alright, your Karkin tour is now closing its curtains. Looking forward to seeing you next time.
Yeah, we got it, we did it! I know you'll be there for me.
I'll always be here.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region, sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. My name is Phoenix Sivan, the Messi here caster, and alongside me it's Ankit Sharma. So how are you, my friend?
I'm good. But I'll straight away head towards the talking of how the last match actually pan out in the urban finish. I love to see all these fights happening in the city of in city. Beat B Pochinki, beat B Sanhok, and in the very first match we saw Circle trying to construct around the area of RZx, and in the last game it was Snaya Polan. So I would say I was just missed all these matches. But guess what? The next match is on your way as Sanhok. Action can be as bad as it can be on the map of Sanhok.
Ankit, you remember, we are witnessing the same playing path. We casted the same match of Sanhok, and the playing path is kind of similar in the Sanhok map. Right now, what do you think? The outcome is going to be similar, that it's going to, for the final circle going to form near the Qwerty area, or it's going to be different?
For that, I have to still wait for the circle to take a shift. Guess what? If the first circle takes an edge of Qwerty, so that is gonna straight away rule out the fact. And I just said edge of the Qwerty. Here it is.
Okay, so Ankit is playing his cards. Perfect, which is nice thing. But Team BFR just dropped down near the boot camp area. They are going to get way more better loot out there, because we all know that boot camp area is one of the best location to drop down in the Sanhok map. But let's see how these teams are going to play.
Yeah, but in the area of Canberra, can we see an early contestation as one team that is of Tyro is up against the players of ChapadGanju, and taking this fact into notice that Tyro have secured one chicken dinner into their name, and they are still struggling to make a mark because they are still struggling for that 7th, 8th position. Time and again they are being just toppled, or maybe if one match goes into the favor, they goes to the top half of the chart. But ChapadGanju, they have to also make a mark of themselves, because after this only one game will be left for them.
Yeah, you know what? This is literally an important match for them, right? So as for the team of PINDIESPORTS, in the previous match they secured second dinner with total 9 kills, 24 total points. They secured 24 total points in the previous match. Right now, you have to perform well. But if we talk about this fight, the players from Tyrox, they have kind of mediocre loot, but ChapadGanju, they have a good hold on the northern side of this particular area.
Yep, we can see already two players playing in the split, and look at that Shian holding that back lines of the Camp Bravo, and we can see the minimap. This is a square compound. Actually, all these compounds are constricted by a boundary by that square line. But look at that, Hassan is being challenged by the player for Tyro. It seems that he can be taken down. Yes, he takes down the first player as 420 OP. We have seen this player, especially in this map of Erangel, taking them away with the chicken run, and he becomes the first player from their side to become to being eliminated. So this is something that would hurt the chances of Tyro, but still they are left with all the three players. Zion, Ahmed, Ron, just trying to take the revenge of the player that has been eliminated. But for now, ChapadGanju, a very good start for them. But look at that, Circle is already away from them. So not only they have to consider all these routes into their number, but they have to make an entry.
True, 1,000 meters far away from them. So in Sanhok map, the circle is really important, especially if it's 1,000 meters far away. But meanwhile, we can see a fight just break down. Faisal spotted down one player. He's just using DBS. Yep, close range fights. It is a beast. It has DBS. D, B for beast, and S for spray down every single bullet onto your opponent. Meanwhile, Shahan, he has an AK, trying to stuff a lot of damage, received a lot of damage. Whoa!
Check it back. Ooh.
What was that?
That was sheer aggression from the player Shayan, and just because of that, he successfully took down. And it seems that the ChapadGanju might be being on the decimated end, as Tyro, they are just not stopping.
Oh my bad.
Ooh, but no. Tyro, the team that got the first chicken dinner of the day, faces an elimination, and with that, ChapadGanju, the fight just went the way they wanted, because 4 kills already onto the number in this very first half of the game, and 4 players being intact. This is a win-win situation for them.
Off to a really good start, to be honest. ChapadGanju. PINDIESPORTS, just changing their location. The rotation has started from the side of Pindi Esports. So yeah, right now they are moving towards those compounds in which they can collect a good amount of loot, because we know that Swisher, he has a level 2 helmet but a level 1 vest, which is not a good thing, and he has 1 painkiller and 5 bandages. You need some health utilities to survive till last.
Yep, you have to. But all these teams, all these compounds will be looted by them, and then they would try to make a game of themselves. And obviously, without vest or level 1 vest, would obviously won't help you to go into that fight, and you will don't feel that confidence if you have that, because you already know that you are just down with that level 1 gear into your number. But same is the situation for the player from Maximus, just level 1 helmet, but he has that level 2 vest, so he can take the bruises onto his body, but won't afford and cannot afford to take the bruises onto his helmet or head, because if that happens, he can be taken down. But they are also holding some good angle for them, and I really want all these teams to shine in the match, because Maximus, this can be a match for themselves, because 3 games of Erangel in a day, some teams might have a very good leg onto that, but these are the off maps, so these are the off opportunities, and if Maximus makes the most of it, this can be a thing, this can be a match for them.
Yeah, true. You know what? Erangel is a map, and Erangel is a type of match from which you start your journey, right? Erangel is a type of match from which you start your journey, but Sanhok, it's totally a different map. Players usually prefer to go for those snake in actions to knock you down, to take some kills, to take an advantage of those ghillie suits. But let's see which team going to loot those drops and collect some luxurious weapons.
You have to still wait for that, and just because of that, it seems the players from Envies have already made their loot, and they are heading towards the players from where Dark Paws are already aligned. Emperor just trying to cover his front line. Does he have any idea that all the 3 players are already in the open, and maybe he can be taken any moment down? But no, Emperor with a very good spray takes 1 down player for the players of Envy. From the backhand side, sexy pistol with his Thompson takes him down. So trade knock has already been happening in this fight, but where are the other players from Dark Paws? He takes 1 more player down as Immerbot is just not stopping. Amal, he is the another target of it, and a squad wipeout. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, Bot, what was that? Literally, he was insane throughout the fight. Oh my, this man is insane, to be honest. Someone should stop him. He literally just 1v3 and won that fight too.
Exactly, out of the 3 kills, 2 kills already onto the name, and just in the 7-minute 32-second, we have already witnessed 2 teams making an entry to the lobby, and Envies, they must be disappointed with the way they actually try to aggress to the players of Dark Paws, but Dark Paws already knew that some of the players were trying to aggress to themselves, and just because of that, we just saw 3 players can be as deadly as they can be, because Dark Paws are the team that secured the chicken dinner in that off map, and that was off Miramar. Can this be another map for them, because this is also another off map for them?
Yeah, you know what? I will have to ask one question, Ankit. What do you think that the final circle is going to cover some amount of the water area or not?
So if it covers the water area, I would love to see that, because then the player congests for all these player spaces, and breathing spaces actually decrease, and just because of that, the action increases. That's directly proportional. If the one increases, obviously other increases too. So if that happens, I would really love to see. But the way all these teams are trying to aggress, look at that, the area of ruins. This is actually looking good for them, but okay, so Maximus, they had a very good area, but they saw and they realized that some teams might come from this bridge, and just because of that, RZx7E ESPORTS, 1 player already, it seems that he has faced the elimination, because out in the open, he was straight away knocked out from his vehicular movement.
True, but Hussey just received a lot of damage. You know what? The distance is quite a lot. The player is pretty far away. But if you can able to dish out some amount of damage onto your opponents, it doesn't matter if he's pretty far away. You can spot down their heads. You can connect some bullets onto their heads. It is literally good.
Yep, and just because of that, it seems that yes, they have secured 1 kills, and that means RZx7E ESPORTS in the very first half of the game, they will be cursing themselves. Why did they take this bridge for this rotation because they just lost one of the players, and this is the thing that any team obviously avoid to not take themselves onto their self. But obviously you just cannot predict everything, and you just cannot let everything happen. So here it is. Where do you think the second circle shift will dominate? Be on the Alpha or be with Charlie?
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh,
Oh,
it's still favoring both all the
exactly.
three islands basically. But look at the position of Team NFP. Look at the position of Team Acceleration. You know what? They are the only team near the southern side, southwestern side of the Camp Alpha Island. If any team decided to do a water rotation, I'm talking about Dark Paws, right? If they decided to water rotation, you know what? They'll get severely punished by this team.
Exactly. If any teams goes from that side, they have to be very much aware of the situation that which other teams are around you or not. Because if they don't, they will be punished. But it seems that from the very southern side, one team is just trying to rotate, and this can be a situation there. They might face some trouble, but they still have the area and the city of Nakham if they just try to go from that side, or maybe from the area of Shami also. But we still have to wait from where do these players make or entry, or maybe the bridge between the Camp Alpha or the Camp Charlie, they might also take an entry from their side, but they have to be cautious. But let's talk about those teams that are still out of the zone. ChapadGanju and Qwerty out of the blue zone, but congestion is being already made onto the area of ruins, because we can see 4th generation, FTE, 7E and Dark Paws already onto their side. But I'm still waiting from where does the players from Rules Breaker make an entry.
True, Rules Breaker is a type of team. They have the caliber. They know how to rotate in circles. They know how to perform in this difficult situation, in these type of difficult situations, right? But the main thing is you have to focus on your rotations first. You have to prioritize your location first. Otherwise, teams, if they're going to spot you out, they are going to knock you down as well.
And talking about that, RZx7E eSports have already pinched down the players of Pindi, and look at that, a long spray coming from the other end of the island, and it seems that RZx knows where the players from Pindi eSports are actually located. Revival would come for sure, but obviously if you have taken some damage onto yourself, that means you have already let that vest and helmet being damaged. But the revival would obviously come for sure. But these teams, when they make a rotation, when the circle makes a shift, these teams know where their teammates, where their enemies are located. So obviously these things will come into the mind, and these things will come into play once they make a rotation before that circle takes a shift. But again, Axis have already, after that one more knock, they are just not stopping. Again and again they are trying to inflict the maximum damage that they can, but they have to also be very much precarious about the situation that one more team is also in that vicinity.
True, we have three teams in the same vicinity. Team BFR, Pindi Esports, as well as the players of RZx7E Esports. We talk about this particular team. RZx7E Esports, they were so good throughout the league stages, but right now they are kind of struggling.
Yup, they are struggling, but still they have let all the 4 players get on the feet, and just because of that, they might go for a retreat. We have to still wait for that, but obviously the push won't come from the sides that they have been constantly knocking, and yes, they are just trying to back off from the situation. And right now they are closing to the area of boot camp, and we have still to wait where the venture ends for them here.
Yeah, let's see. I'm eagerly waiting for that too. But okay, one thing. You know what? Just holding these watchtowers is a good thing. But if you want to knock out some players, your head is the first thing you're gonna expose. Then,
Exactly.
if your enemy is quite good, if his aim is quite good, if you're gonna connect some shots onto your head, you could get knocked out.
Yep, so you have to very much cautious if you are holding that area. But look at that. It drops straight away into that middle of a river. And
Oh yeah.
it seems that Circle has again made a shift, a central sort of shift, and that brings to the area where the Camp Charlie will be in play. And look at that, RB with that successful rotation.
Whoa, and at this position, X generation, they were literally thinking that what was the thing? Like, why safe zone is not favoring us? Why? What is the problem with us and the safe zone? But they are still on the edge, but the distance, it is going to be quite a lot. The distance is going to be quite a lot if the zone is going to shift towards the southern side.
Exactly, and in this game it seems that the players from Qwerty, they're just trying to play from the edges, but one team that is just trying to make a slam in onto the players of FT, and that is of Brekar. After that successful rotation from the Tambang area, Brekar are looking very strong. All 4 players intact. This can be a game from them, but he has to be very much cautious because there are the windows, and from there the players from FT can take them down. But the question is, where are the other players of FT? Reback with that nade. If that nade connects well, can take the maximum damage, but I can see Breaker's prayer. Tamur is going down from the backhand side. That means they are also on the crosshair of some other teams.
Oh yeah, at this position we can see a lot of damage onto Bisma. Bisma on only 30% HP. Defaulter, come on, this is the perfect time. Defaulter, you can knock him down. Right now, Default still holding for that perfect opportunity. Defaulter reloading his gun. Okay, now still inside the compound. Changed to Molly, switched to Molly. That Molly, no man, no. Oh! He literally dig a grave for himself, and he is burning alive.
He dug a grave out of himself, but look at that. With this, it seems that Toma and Defaulter are the only 2 men surviving, and the reinforcement for FT has already come into the frame. And Paraboy, he will not stop with the elimination of Reback. FT is still very looking strong because Usama will be given revival at any moment, but it is looking bad for the players of RB because just a moment back, we saw that the Dark Paws are also having an eye over this area because some kills were actually being stolen. This nade can be detrimental for the teams and the players of RB. He has to be cautious about that, but was that a nade? Was that a nade? What was that?
To be honest, that was a stunt. It didn't work out. But Defaulter on the receiving edge, he got knocked out. Now things will get interesting here because FT already secured 2 kills. He's the last one surviving. Paraboy, he is the last one surviving for his team. He can do wonders. Right now, just going to revive his teammates first. Then he is going to take some fights.
Exactly, but the way FT has taken the fight, it seemed that yes, the fight has gone into the favor. Apart from the elimination of Reback, they are still 3 men strong. Once all the players get the revival and Scar, yes, he for sure will be given revival. But some more teams are also engaging in the fight, as we can see. First Generation holding the area of ruins, just not letting the players from the northern side to the players of BFR and XCCs trying to make an entry. But ChapadGanju is on the receiving end as Pindi are just not stopping. Hamad just trying to secure that kill with the help of that Thompson, and they are holding the edge of the circle. The question is that after this elimination, how will they make an entry? Because BFR, 2 men surviving, Sheikh and Bad Boy, are just carelessly waiting, and they might scavenge them once they make an entry. But they have also to be very much secure because ChapadGanju is also in that frame, and they must have heard that sounds of the guns that has already been in the frame.
True, the Thompson meta is literally awesome. Players are using those Thompson in the final circles, but I'm literally amazed how the players are doing this type of work. They are so good with their aim, but look at the position of Always and Bad Boy. Oh, this is literally amazing. Both the players are very close to each other. They don't know that they are close to each other, but they are.
Exactly, very close to each other. Pindi, they have to make sure that in order to go into the zone, they have to eliminate the players of for the team that are into there. But it seems that one team can be on the receiving end as the players from X Generation are just trying to flush off the players of Dark Paws. Dark Paws till now have looked very good because 3 kills onto the name. And look at that Emperor realizing the thing at the right moment, going to change the compound and just trying to relocate himself. Can help him because he's also having the M249. Emperor can do some damage, and he needs to rescue himself up because there are only 2 men surviving on their feet, and that is of Coolboy and Emperor. Umar Bot has been knocked down for now. If this team has to emerge victorious from here, this M249 and this Emperor has to shine anyhow.
Yeah, Emperor is literally using an M249 without the scope, just using that and oh man, that was so close. That was so close. X Generation literally eliminated. X Generation literally eliminated one team from the lobby. Now, the main thing is now we have only 11 teams left. 36 players alive in the lobby. 4th circle, the 4th blue zone start closing in. Things will get interesting here because we still have 11 teams. It means we are going to witness multitude of fights.
Exactly, we are going to see an array of fights, and just because of that, we are seeing fights happening on regular interval beat. With the first fight that happened in the area of Camp Alpha, Camp Bravo, and just because of that, we just saw some fights eventually taking also into the area of ruins, and now is the area when Tambang and all these area will be in the fight, because fourth generation holding a very good area of ruins. Can this be a chicken dinner for them, because they are 4 men intact and they have already been onto the area for long, and just because of that they have a very good idea how these walls, how these terrains are well aligned, and can they make the most of it? This is the question, because Circle after this will make a shift, and eventually some of the more teammates, some of the more players will have to go into the zone.
Yeah, you know what? Moving inside the safe zone is the best thing. NFP, Psycho, very close to Toma. Toma he's outside of the safe. He's far away from the safe zone. Not that far away, but still 10 to 5 meters. Still a big number in this Sanhok map. Come on, Toma. Rahman just changes. Oh, that grenade could be lethal, but it's just burst
Exactly.
a little bit early, right? It just got burst out a little bit early.
Exactly, it just burst out, and it was an overcooked nade. But Toma, he is anyhow surviving, and it seems that he is last player surviving from the players from Brekar. But we can see shots are being continuously fired onto him from another side, and he just need to change the angle, and that's what he just did. And NFP X Generation, they have to be cautious. Do they know that some other teams are already onto the backhand side? But this strategy that Qwerty has been executing this match till now has gone into their favor, because now is the time that they will burst out with all these players. But for how long? As Voltrux has already been taken down, will the kill confirmation come in or not? We have to still wait for that. But no, one player has already gone to him, and that is Khan.
Yeah, Khan. Okay, right now Voltrux, the revival is gonna be there. Wolverine spotted down one player, just gonna eliminate him. It seems like ChapadGanju got eliminated from the lobby at 10th position. Now
Exactly.
Pip zone start closing in 27 meters far away from the safe zone. Team Qwerty, they are doing good. Already secured 3 kills. Moving ahead. If we talk about the players from basically Maximus still in the lobby holding these crucial compounds. I think so. Fard is the one. Just he can knock out one player, but he was a bit too late. Literally, that was unnecessary.
Yup, that was a bit too late. Things could have changed had there been a peak in a very early situation, but that didn't happen. But look at this. 4-man attack, playing the edges. They have successfully made it to the zone, and they are now up against the players of Maximus. So can we see a 4v4 classical fight? And just because of that destroyer with that nade, if he connects, this can be detrimental for them. But look at that Pendy switcher already going for that heal battle in this very first half of this game.
Yeah, heal battle. You know what? Players usually prefer heal battles other than taking some fight. But Voltrux gonna deny that fact. If you're gonna heal, it doesn't matter that you're gonna survive for too long. Fadi's the last one surviving for this team. But he switched to Thompson. Okay, that volley just gonna deny his will, and another grenade. Whoa!
7 kills onto the players of Qwerty, and look at this, 3 kills into the Wolverine. We saw this player dominating the map of Erangel in the very first half of the day, where Erangel was their game. Can this be a game for themselves? Because they have been very close to the chicken dinner, but still not being able to convert that into a chicken dinner. Can this be a game? Because they are still looking very strong. But look at that, the way RZx7E ESPORT is just trying to pencil down the players of 4th generation, they have just been denied, because from the backhand side, one player has already been knocked down, and it is now up to the players of Khamar and Neon. But with this nade, he's just trying to flush in with this angle that if there is no player, we can go for that safer approach. But for now, it seems that the fight may go on the passive end for all these teams, because Circle will make a shift after a moment or so.
True. Meanwhile, Forge in Gaming, this team secured 6 kills. One player, Heather is the one who got knocked out, but I'm sure the revival is going to be there. Qwerty still surviving, so as the players of Team X Generation. 4 teams left. 6th zone is over. 7th zone favoring the players of Qwerty.
Whoa! What a zone for them, and they must be very happy the way they have actually panned out. But no, 4th generation gaming are going one by one down by the players as RZx7E ESPORT. They are just not allowing them to get on their feet. The moment they are getting up, they are being pincered down, and this is a stalled fight for now because this fight has been happening for 5 minutes for now. A nade very close to him could have had some more damage had he just not popped in the first hit at the very right position at the very right moment. But look at that, we are still down to 4 teams and 14 players are still alive, and look at that, 4 players alive from the sides of Qwerty. But now is the time RZx7E ESPORT just not allowing the players of Qwerty to flourish in that area, so as the player of 4th generation.
Meanwhile, Shoki is going to revive his teammate. At this position, it is a bit risky, but you know what? The revival is going to be there. Destroy the kill confirmation is also to 4 Gen. The players are in a bit of trouble. Heather is going to convert that kill. Vortex not one play, but he compromised his position. He also on the receiving end. The trade is also there. Shoki on 30% HP is running for his life. Just gonna prone down near this grasses. But he got knocked out at this position. Khan and another. Destroyed with only 2 players surviving for Qwerty. Are they going to revive their teammate, or they are going to take some fights? And the answer is they are going to take some fights.
11 kills onto their names already, and with that one more, add one more to the name. 12 kills all to the name. 2 kills for Khan. Can he secure more kills? Because if they have to go for this chicken dinner, he still has 3 men alive onto the front end, because 3 players, Shoki, Tornado, Heather, up against the players of Qwerty Esports, and from their side, Destroyer and Khan are just waiting to take the fight.
Yep. Meanwhile, Shoki is going to heal himself up. He has only bandages and 1 painkiller and 1 energy drink. It's a 2v3 situation. Who is going to win the fight? Still a question. Destroyer as well as Shoki. Khan, my bad. Destroyer and Khan are the last 2 players surviving for this team Qwerty. And they are one of the best 2 right now surviving in this lobby. Shoki, come on! You are jumping and you could be in vector of trouble. But that grenade, I don't think so that it's going to dish out some amount of damage.
But still, 9 kills onto the players from 4th generation. Can they convert it to 11? If they do, they will not only just take 11 kills, but they will also take the chicken dinner in the name, and this can eventually help them secure in a very good spot. But for now, it seems the Destroyer is in the blue zone, and Heather has already been pincered down. Shoki with that spray, and again Qwerty with that chicken dinner.
Wow! That was a game. You know what, Ankit, you just mentioned that I missed that Erangel map, but you have another. You just witnessed another amazing map. Wow, this literally, this was the Sanhok map we were waiting. This was the best Sanhok match we ever watched. We ever casted
exactly
together.
Exactly, and this is the match that actually the players from Qwerty were waiting for, because time and again they were going for the 2nd, 3rd position and 4th position. They were going to the last zone. We saw them performing very good in the Erangel. We saw them performing very good again in the Erangel and in that Miramar. But this was the game for them, because they converted all the 3 second position into the very first position. So you keep trying, and once or in a while you will be served with a platter with that chicken. And this was a match for them. And yes, as you rightly said, I missed the match, obviously, that Yasnaya, but this was a leveler, this was an equalizer, and I have no problem with that, because I missed that Yasnaya action. But anytime you get to see such a match happening in the map of Sanhok, that's a blessing for you.
Yeah, that is a blessing, to be honest. You know what? I cannot able to believe the match, how it ended. It was a 2v3 situation, but you just believe on yourself, as well as you just have to build up huge amount of confidence on your gun power. Basically, your gun power is it has to be awesome. You're accurate. Your aim, it has to be accurate. Then you can win every single fight.
Exactly, and that accuracy, that spray coming out from the sides of Qwerty in the very last game. In a spray, he just took down 2 players. We have seen this gun being lethal in a very close combat, and that dreadful situation straight away inflicted onto the players, and with that chicken dinner finally into the name of Qwerty, and they must be very happy. And yes, with that 14 kills also onto the name.
Well, decent. Literally amazing amount of kill points. They secure amazing amount of kill points for themselves. So as the players of X generation and 4th generation, 21 and 19 points respectively. Now it's a drop down from 3rd to 4th position. RZx7E ESPORts just only able to secure 10 points, but it's still good. Team FTE 8 points, MAXIMUSxFTN 6, ChapadGanju and Paws 5 points respectively.
Yes, but look at that drop from 29 point to just 5 points. So this is a massive drop, and we have seen time and again that from 1 to 5 teams mostly go for that double-digit markup. But the way Qwerty secured the point, they didn't leave much for other teams to secure. As already on a map of Sanhok, 14 kills is a very massive number.
Yeah, this kills a really massive number. PINDIESPORTS, not a good start, a moderate start right now in the Sanhok map. Secured 5 total points. I think so. This is not gonna help them a lot, but they still have 1 game left. The chances are still there. The hopes are still alive to be in the top 8. Tyro X 110. 0 total points. They are on the 8th position, on the verge of elimination, to be honest, because you are not that far behind, but still points. They have a significant amount of lead. But any team can do wonders.
Exactly. And just because of that, we are heading towards some visuals, and that is the moment from all these matches.
Yeah, we have the Oppo F19 Pro movements in front of us. Dark Paws, they had a good start, but at the end, the X generation, they literally, just marched on to Emperor. He was hiding with his M49, but not for too long. He got eliminated. But at this position, Party was like, okay, I'm gonna take a fight. I'm gonna run away. But one volley, after that, one grenade just eliminated him instantly.
Exactly, a one grenade being facing his elimination. But as I said, Khan, he just had 2 kills before securing that final chicken dinner, and Khan obviously rescuing himself up, and with that we are heading towards the overall ranking.
Yeah, we have the overall ranking in front of us. Team Qwerty on the top at 130 points. You know what? Team FT, Maximus, they already qualified for the phase 3. Team 1 to 5th position, at least 1 to 6, we can say RZx7E also qualified for the phase 3. Now things will get dangerous from 7 to 8 to the 11th position. Now, if we talk about NV, 47 points, PINDIESPORTS 45 points, but the main thing is Tyro X have 59, Team NV they have 47, so 12 points. This lead, so Tyro X they have a lead of 12 points, but for how long?
So yeah, Pindi did get a start that they actually wanted, and one chicken dinner already onto the name when they played the last Erangel. Obviously, the next game will be Erangel. Yep. Can they make the most of it? Because obviously, I want all these teams that were on the second half of the chout with that 1 in their tally as a chicken dinner. So can they qualify? Because they just need that Herculean effort. Also, taking that fact in the matter, Tyro, they have to pull a last match blinder, or maybe can we see a table toppling, because the point difference from 7, 8, 9, 10 to 11, that was not much. So I just want all these teams to flourish in this last match.
True, I really want to witness the same thing, but after this incredible match, we need to fuel ourselves up. We go on a short break. Coming right up, it is going to be the last match for Group B.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Welcome to Karakin. Today, let me guide you on an in-depth understanding of this 4-square-kilometer humble island. Before stepping into Karakin, you may have already heard about the intimidating Demolition Zone. In Demolition Zone, buildings will be destroyed into smithereens. But rest assured that today's tour will be a safe one. Karakin might be a small island, but the textile industry of the island works as a crucial financial support for the entire island. Our first attraction is Al Haik. Al Haik is a medium-scale town, and people who lived here refine pigments for a living. Then those pigments will be sent to Hadika Nemo for dyeing. Skyscrapers are scarce in Al Haik. Compared to other urban areas, there are fewer visitors here, which makes looting easier. It's a perfect choice for a team of 4 in search of adequate equipment supplies. We'll be walking by the sea, and our next attraction will be Hadika Nemo, which serves as the port of importing raw materials of Karakin. Imported textiles are dyed in vats filled with multiple colors and distributed to the factories. If you want to choose this place as your landing spot, then it's recommended that 1 to 2 players in your team land in the containers area, as they can easily find combat supplies here, and head to the city to support their teammates. In the middle of our journey to Al Habar, we'll be passing by an enclosed warehouse. You will need to use sticky bomb to blast the walls that look less solid to get in. There's always something nice in here. But be careful, as one might not want to hide behind those walls during combat, because those unmaintained walls can be easily penetrated with just a touch, making you susceptible to attacks from enemies and exposing you to dangers. The next stop is Al Habar, which is the largest urban area in Karakin. There are many residents, hence the numerous high-rising residences. No doubt this place will be a popular spot in the future. Our next attraction is the port city of Bar Shahir, which stores and exports goods of Karakin. This is the perfect spot to search for weapons, making it my personal favorite. Next up is the city of the West, Bashara. It was a city congested with residents, with tall buildings providing convenience in observing the surrounding movements. Just make sure not to lose your directions here. Our final destination is the cargo ship, located at the southwest corner of the map. This ship has been idle here for forever, and has already been abandoned. Yet there are still goods that remained here. However, due to the gigantic size of the cargo ship and the containers, this place no doubt becomes a place to rumble. Don't you feel the excitement already just thinking of it? Besides these urban areas, Karakin also houses many such little buildings. Rumor has it that there's another passage beneath these buildings, as well as a huge space beneath Karakin. Well, it's up to you, believe them or not. Alright, your Karakin tour is now closing its curtains. Looking forward to seeing you next time.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, again to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship. And this whole event is sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. Book up your fun. My name is Ankit, and joining alongside me is one and only Phoenix Shivanshu. What are expectation in this very last match?
I have high expectation from the team who still have chances to qualify for the phase 3. Let's see how these teams are going to perform, because this is the last match for Group B.
Yep, the last match. That means the last opportunity for all the teams, for all the players to shine, to get through past that line. And just with that, we are straight away heading to this match. And the flight path is already on its way from the western side of military base and diving towards the end of Severny. A flight path that actually divides the whole map in equal 50-50 ratio.
Yep, you know what? Now it only come down to where the circle is going to form. That's the most important thing, because if the circle is going to form near the military area, or near the Milta area, or the Severny area, then teams who already dropped down near the military base area, or they are moving towards the Georgia Pool area, they have to do those early rotations.
Yeah, we have to still wait for that. But look at that. Close to three teams have already dropped down to the area of military base, and none of the team have went to the area of Novorupna. So can we see a contestation? And I desperately want a southern shift, but no. It is not a southern shift, but still, the first zone will be in that contestation area. Circle has already taken to an eastern shift, so all the teams will be in the circle apart from the teams from Tyro. But we have to still wait for that. But in this very early fight,
Oh,
Team BFR up against to the players of R7E Esports, and I can also see, I guess, one more team into that same vicinity.
yeah. Two teams in the same vicinity, the teams of BFR as well as the players of RZ7E. The main thing is that one player, Bad Boy, he has the good advantage. Basically, he has control of this particular area. Okay, he is receiving some shots, like somebody just
Exactly.
firing some shots onto him, but the shot connection is not there. The bullet connection is not there.
But yes, he has been brought down to 20 HP. That means his location has been noticed by some other player. But look at this, into the area of Yasnaya Poliana. Again, Axis Esports being punished as two player losing very early of this game, very early half of the game. Just 2 minutes and 44 seconds into this match. And it seems FTE are having some other idea in order to take the fight and reback. Can we see some pistol action?
Oh man, okay, he is using a Desert Eagle, my bad. Free back with a holo sight. Now the backup is here. Like, he was like, no, I'm gonna use the pistol. It doesn't matter. Okay, now he dropped down M16, I think. So now he's just gonna shift to M16. The kill confirmation is gonna be there, but the player is running for his life.
Exactly, and they obviously know where the players from Axis Esports are already there. With that M16, they can obviously eliminate the players. Obviously, it becomes tough for players to take the fight when you have a deagle in your hand. But other fights are also being erupting in the area of shelter. Oh, okay, hold on. You still have to revive your teammate, but still, okay, fine. So NFP, next generation, also on the very back hand side, and they have been pinned down because one player with that elevation. So 2-3 fights are already happening in this very last map where Group B, some teams are actually fighting out their life set.
Yep, some teams are. You know what? Teams, when they start engaging in those early fights, I love those fights. You know, because we love those early skirmishes. Players just doing their level best, just trying their level best to at least eliminate one team who is in front of them, punishing them, just forcing them to take an exit from the lobby. But right now, this is a fight between these two teams, RZ7E versus BFR. Who is going to win the fight? Only time will answer our questions.
Yep, but the fight is still in a stalemate situation as none of the teammates are just trying to engulf themselves in the fight. Other mates from R7 Esports are on the backhand side, and we can see a very good split that can actually help them. But if they are caught in the, if they're sidelined, if they are isolated pretty very much, they can face a situation. But if Dante had a nade here, he has already spotted down the players of BFR. Had he nade in his hand, things could have been detrimental because okay, does he have?
Okay, let's see. Right now, he has Molly. Dante, come on, lob with Molly. Come on, you can. Oh, he switched to M416. Like, yeah, we know that the gunpowder is also amazing, but we love those utilities knocks.
Exactly, but Dante's location had still not been revealed. That means he can make the most of that situation as he has already spotted down the players. But no, one by one, players from this side of R7 Esports are going down, but a trade knock, this can help them buy some moment, some time. But a Molly has also been thrown down with a very good strategy, and now is the moment. The teams and the players from BFR, knowing the situation, just trying to pincer down the players. And Dante, can he take the 1v1 fight against him? If he can, he will obviously buy some time, but also he has to be very much aware because from the backhand side, the players from R7 Esports, that is a boss, he can give some good cover fire.
Come on, Shaco. Come on. You have the chance. It's a switch to DP. The fire rate is quite low, and just because of that, he got punished. The kill confirmation is gonna be there. Now it's only down to Bad Boy, the last man surviving for the team. He is gonna run for his life. So as for the safe zone, received a lot of damage on the verge of elimination. This is a bit risky.
Yup. It is risky actually. It is also risky for the players of BFR if you are holding that 7-story, because you just cannot afford. But a good spray coming off on the side of Dante. Could he have corrected some more shots? He could have taken him down, but that didn't happen. Bad Boy just playing on the edge of his life.
Yeah, Bad Boy literally playing. You know what? He jumped off. Literally, he jumped from that particular area. Right now, he is on very low health. He just boosted up. Could not able to find a single vehicle. Prone down near the fence. Now, what's going to happen, Ankit? What do you think? They are gonna march towards him, gonna take him down, or he is going to eliminate every single player one by one.
If that happens, this will be a game that BFR might be looking up for, and obviously the whole sole responsibility rests on his shoulder. But it looks tough in this situation because you don't have much to heal yourself, and you are sole man surviving. So we are still wait for that. But let's head toward one more fight into the area of Pochinki. Dark Paws, they need to have a very good match, because after that one chicken dinner, they are still on the second half of the chart and up against the players of ChapadGanju, who are also trying to make a mark for themselves. Cool Boy, Emperor, Omerbot, just trying to engulf the players of ChapadGanju. But Kareem, he also needs to up his ante and just to perform himself up. But for now, it seems that Shayan also just trying to hold that that compound that is on the very south end of Pochinki.
Yeah. And you know what? The Pochinki fights are quite... So, you know what? If you have the strategy, then you can win this fight, because as I just mentioned, that Pochinki fights are quite strategical. Cool Boy, he got knocked out. And whoa, he got knocked out on the... I think so, on the top floor or inside the compound.
Okay, but Umerbot, he was just saved on the mercy of Shen, because had that one more bullet connected, he would have been straight away knocked. And look at the way the players from ChapadGanju are just trying to pincer down the players, because Cool Boy already being knocked down. Emperor would give him the revival, but Umerbot, he needs to take his fight, and it will be a 1v3 situation up against him.
Yep, he needs to take a fight. He needs to take this crucial fight for himself. Umerbot right now 75% health. Faisal and his teammate still waiting for that perfect opportunity. Still waiting for the smoke to shut down. Umerbot take one down. Just right, Faisal just going to charge onto him. Umerbot, did he dish out some damage onto Umerbot? And the answer is okay. I'm not sure. Right now, Shayan received some amount of damage as well.
Exactly, but Emperor with that knock, that means Shayan is the sole man surviving. If he takes the players down from Umerbot, it will be still a win-win situation for the players of Dark Paws, because it still seems that this can be a game. But will he be able to take the fire himself, because they are also on that deadline, and they must not be happy the way the fight have actually gone on to himself, because Shayan is the sole man surviving from his team.
Yep, Shayan's the only man surviving for the team now. ChapadGanju, this is the time to shine. This is the perfect time to eliminate a whole team. Now it's only down to this particular man. Level 2 loadout with an AKM holding inside that one particular compound. That was a stun. Wow, a cheeky move from the side of Dark Paws.
Exactly. So a minute back, it was a situation where the players from Dark Paws were contested 1v3, and it's now the time. So things have actually turned just the way the players from Dark Paws actually wanted.
Yeah, meanwhile, right now it's a stalemate situation. Not a particular state like completely stalemate, but yeah, the main advantage is favoring Dark Paws. Shayan still holding, giving footsteps. Like I'm here. Come on, come upstairs. I'm gonna knock you down. Come on. One at least for one single time. Oh, that move is going to be a bit risky for Shan because that one player from Dark Paws, he is inside another compound and his name is Emperor.
Exactly, that move could have helped him down, but it seems that the players from Maximus are just enjoying the kill around the area of Novorup Neubridge because it seemed that they might have canned for them, and just because of that, the teams that are just trying to rotate from that bridge have been caught up, and we have just seen one more player being eliminated. But straight away, we are heading towards a fight of Puchingi. But I'm still not sure why the players from Dark Paws are just not trying to aggress and not trying to take the fight. But oh no, Xian did some damage onto the players from Dark Paws, but finally it was a 2v1 situation against him in which actually he did falter down, and with that ChapadGanju have been eliminated.
Yeah, ChapadGanju did take an exit from the from the lobby. Look at the position of 7E. They are taking a lot of damage of the blue zone, but still they are not gonna take the Nova Ripnoi bridge. They're just going from the military base bridge, which is literally insane because they know that teams are going to hold that bridge, and if we are going to move from that particular area, we could get eliminated.
Yup, because already Maximus have made that bridge camp, and for now they were able to secure one more kill. And just because of that, we can see R7 Esports are trying to rotate from the other side, but we can see some more bizarre rotation coming from sides of Envy as they have taken to the waterways, and we can see Ahmed and one more player already onto the shorelines, and Pistol just trying to come back to that area just in order not to receive some more shots, because the two players would ensure that the players from Pindi won't take the shots onto the name. But the players from Maximus has also realized that they also need to go into zone, and sooner or later we'll see a circle shift, and within a second or two we'll see a circle shift maybe towards the area of mansion and prison, I was about to say. But okay, the circle has made a northern shift, and just because of that, look at the number of teams that are out of the zone.
Well, there are a lot of teams out of the zone now. All the teams, they have to move inside the zone except Team FTE, Team Qwerty, Tyro, as well as Forge and Brishan. They are inside the safe zone, so they are quite happy with their rotation. But this is going to be an open circle.
But look at that position to the players of FTE, and you're talking about open position. They have an open position. They have a very good range, but the players from Qwerty are just not stopping after eliminating one more team. They are just trying to aggress to the players of Tyro, and one player has also been eliminated, but the reinforcement is just trying to come slowly and steadily, but is still very late as one player has already been eliminated. But Khan, you just needed to clear your backends, because the moment you show your back, there are other players that will take you down, and we can see NFP also in the same vicinity.
Yeah, NFP in the same vicinity, and we all know that this team is sometimes they become unstoppable whenever they start knocking down their opponents. Meanwhile, on the other side, RZx7E ESPORTS is facing the wrath of Team RB. Tyro just secured one kill. This team just secured one kill, but they lost one player too.
Yep, they lost one player. So we have seen how 420 OP has time and again performed themselves well. But again, in this very second match, he takes an early exit, and this might hurt their chance, as we already have seen how it hurt the chance when they were in the map of Sanhok and he was eliminated in the very start of the game. But for now, some more teams are also trying to take the fight, and just because of that, Rules Breaker with that good compound hold, for now they are just trying to take the damage if any team is just trying to aggress or trying to rotate from the same area.
Yeah, right now, early rotation is going to be helpful for you. Cool boy, he has a canted side in the red dot side, right? Oh, which is literally insane. Like, you have same type of smoke, same type of scope, but yeah, it's both the scope are a little bit different from each other, but the vision is kind of same. Right now, we still have 11 teams, 35 players alive in the lobby. And now, the main thing is, third zone, the third blue zone is closing in.
Ooh, exactly. And a moment back, we just saw the players from R7 Esports taking a fight up against the players of one team that was ChapadGanju in the area of Pochinki. And with that good rotation, they are finding themselves in the same area onto the back ends of school and school. And it seems that they might also engage in some fight in a moment or two, as all the players are just trying to engulf the players of Dark Paws, and Dark Paws, if they have to take this fight, they just find themselves with a good breathing space.
Yep, you certainly need a good breathing space. Meanwhile, Sherry OP is waiting for that perfect opportunity. They would say are outside of the safe zone, which is not a good thing, right? First of all, just move inside the safe zone, because fifth zone, the fourth blue zone, in fact, the fourth blue zone just gonna dish out a decent amount of consistent damage onto you.
Yep, it will, and just because of that, some members have realized that and they are retreating. But Dark Paws realizing this because they have heard the vehicular movement, because that it generates a lot of noise. Already, smokes have been popped down from their teammates or from Dark Paws. That means they were willing to take the fight, but now just because of that, they are rotating, because already the teammates that they were taking the fight against are already gone. So now is the time when Dark Paws will make a rotation, but from another side.
Yeah. You know what? Going from another side is the best strategy, because your opponent just went from the same path. Right now, okay, they are so far. Oh, now Dark Paws, if they are just going to hold this position, they have the height advantage, to be honest, because height advantage is going to be very, very crucial in an open circle.
Yep, they have to, because that is a very good risk they can play for now. But this nade could have been more lethal had that not been jumped, and that wouldn't have made 2 or 3 times contact to that land area, because it was very, very, very close to Rahman, and this all fight is happening in the area of shelter.
Yeah, this is the fight near the shelter area, and we all know that shelter is literally is a decent sometimes it's a wonderful location, but sometimes it's a death area. Right now, the players are holding those areas near those walls, just holding the perfect angle. But for how long? You have to check out those backlines. But I like this. NFP,
Exactly.
one player, he is very far away from the pack, looking for the backlines, that there's no team. Just clearing out the backlines. What? This type of, I literally love this playing style. Game style is so good.
Oh, finally, NFP eliminating one team, and that is of Qwerty. And with that nade, a very well cooked nade, NFP not only secured 3 kills, they are holding the edge. They have eliminated one team that was in front of them, and one player that they left behind was able to secure that position, because none of the teammates from opposite side was just trying to aggress. So they are looking now very strong.
Yep, they certainly are looking very strong. But right now, you have to get the second dinner to make it more good. Dark Paws, cool boy. He is very, very near to the rock, and you know what? He can use that bush for his cover to. He can hide inside that bush until and unless the zone's just gonna move far away from him.
Yep, he surely will. And 4 kills already onto the players of R7 Esports, dropping to the area of Pochinki and trying to contest the fight has already gone on to their favor. But now is the time that when Snake in action will come in, because 5th circle will make away. And look at that, Shivan. 10 team are still there and 34 players are still there.
Yeah, 10 teams are still alive, 34 players. Cool boy, swatted out one player. Could not able to connect a single bullet. Man, you just compromised your location.
Exactly, and just because of that, yup.
This is risky.
This is eventually, because you have sort of revealed your location, because the circle is in a very open, has taken a very open shift, and just because of that, you also have to go its zone. But now, cool boy, with that cool, streamlined, precise, disciplined M16 shots, has taken some damage, but revival will come into the place. But the question is, where will they make a rotation from? Because they will be up against some teams, and some teams will be trying to welcome them once they will make an entry, because 317 meter is the total distance that they have to travel. And in the same proximity, we can see one more team, and that is of FTE. But on the other side, R7 Esports are taking some massive damage. Our Dark Paws not just allowing, but Dark Paws also have taken some massive damage onto their numbers.
Oh my man, Cool Boy got knocked out due to the play zone. Dante, his vehicle is almost 85% damage, but he still move inside the safe zone. Oh boy, whoa, he is so far away from the safe zone. Every single team just rushing towards the safe zone. Ash knocked out one player. He got thrown down. He has 11 bullets in his M7. Come on, he has to reload now. Switch to M416, but could not able to survive for too long. He has been eliminated.
Exactly, Rules Breaker with that elimination. They are looking very strong. They are already holding that very good hold in the overall ranking. Can they make the most of it? And they can. Can they make contest for the #1 position? Because they are holding the edge of the circle. They are very close to one team. If they take the team out, they will be in a very good position. But for now, PINDIESPORTS, they are also looking very strong. But Osama with that has also been taken down. All 3 players or 4 players holding the edge of the circle. Can this be a game for them? Because they were on the 9th and 10th position, just trying to make a breathing space in the first of the chart. If they have to, they just need to take a chicken dinner at least from this match.
Yep, they have to. They certainly have to beat while this team already secured 5 kills. Now inside the circle, Uma Potty is not stopping. Knocked out Osama. Dante, the kill confirmation is also here. Uma Pot again knocked out Reback. Oh my man, this man is unstoppable at this position.
Exactly, but Pindi in a very massive damage. Congestion has been made onto the western half. If we see PINDIESPORTS, 4th generation, FTE, 4 or 5 team in the same vicinity, and also Rules Breaker just not stopping. As you just mentioned that all the team members are just trying to take the down. One nade in that smoky area can take it all, because Hamad is also doing a massive damage, trying to guard that front line and just trying to ensure not let the teammates fall one by one. But the question is, how will they make an entry? Because the circle has gone away from them.
Yep, the circle just move away from them now. Their first enemy is circle. Then they can fight with those players. Defaulter, he's just gonna bloom out that smoke, gonna revive his teammate. Meanwhile, look, we can see that Taimu just doing a lot of work for his team. Just 20 meters far away from the zone. Not that huge, it is not that difficult thing, but they can.
Yep, they can. And just because of that, we can see some smokes being popped and down. But the question is, when will the Pindi esports will make an entry? Because I'm really looking at them because they got the chicken dinner. They needed a start that they actually wanted, but not the way they are trying to aggress. Because Hamad's vehicle has just been blown off, and he has to ensure himself not to get eliminated in order to get a chicken dinner. Because without a chicken dinner, it will be a very difficult situation for them to qualify. Just because of that, Osama just trying to flush in the smoke. 1 player, 2 player has already been pinned down, and they just need to give the revival. And also circle, after a moment or 2, will overlap to that blue zone, will overlap to that white zone, and then there will be a second 7th shift. And already I can see 1 team, and that is of 4th generation on the very northwestern side, enjoying and privilege of that zone.
Yep, enjoying the privilege of the safe zone. Osama still inside the safe zone. Look at how many smokes they used. How many smokes they have. Oh, Taimur just receiving some amount of damage from another side, from the side angle. Haman's the one just gonna take him down. Psycho just killed 1 player. Just the kill confirmation is also there. We still have 5 teams left. Haman just receiving some damage, but he is not stopping, right? He was like, okay, you know what? I am gonna cook that grenade. Just gonna lob onto you.
And just because of that, Rule Breaker are just 1 man standing. It seems Hamad, no, some more damage onto his side, because from another direction, 4th generation took him down, and it seems that 1 player is still onto his feet. And same goes to the players from Rules Breaker, as Toma, he's just trying to let other players heal himself up, and he has to give the revival. But this is not a situation where PINDIESPORTS would love to be in.
True, I totally agree with the point, Ankit, but things will literally get insane here. Man, he was so close to eliminate 1 team. NFP 8 kills onto their name. Spotted out 1 player, knocked out another player. Taimur, he got knocked out right now. Banner doing an amazing job. Knocked out another player. Received some amount of damage. Got broke down. Still surviving on 20% HP.
Oh my goodness, look at those reflex actions. And now is the time when all the team members, all the players, they have to go in zone. But the question is, how will the players from next generation go in zone, as God is just not waiting with that M416 spray way. He is just trying to take and maximize the amount of damage because he is knowing that 2 players are already thrown down there. But he has to make sure that he has to go in zone. Rama, he just need a revival. But man, he cannot afford to go and give him the revival. But for now, it seems that FTE are also trying to take a lot of damage onto the 4th generation because we are seeing some players already with that red bar onto their name.
Yep, we can see that certainly. Right now, only top 4 teams. 14 is still in the lobby. That was a smoke, I think so. Now, that smoke was literally so detrimental that it just blocked out the vision of the enemies. And Paraboy, he knocked out one player in the final circle by using M24. Whoa, this team is looking so good.
Exactly, but with that, the rotation from the sides of Brekar has been okay, alright. 2, 3, 4 actions going side by side, and just because of that is the FTE are looking very strong. Still holding those all 3 players. Can they make it to the last zone? But look at that 4th generation. Can they hold this shack? Because this is very important for them. But now it is down to 2 team and 7 player, and with that 3 players from the side of 4th generation. 7 kills already onto the name. They just need to eliminate the 4 players that are standing right next to them.
Yeah, they are literally just next to him. Shoki just gonna burst out. Ooh, he could have been knocked out. That grenade from free back, it's going to be literally so close. Tornado just lobbing some random grenades. The kill confirmation is also there from the side of Shoki. Now it's a 3v3 situation between these 3 teams. Shoki spotted down reback, but the Reds providing cover to the team of FTE, to the players of team FTE.
Yes, but this nade can prove a bit of detrimental if this connects well. Takes 2 players down, and the only miss surviving from the side of FTE, that is of Reback. Tornado going for the flank angle, but he has been spotted. Tornado brought down to 20 HP. Will this spray continue? But no! Shoki's nade does it for the team, and the chicken dinner going on to the name of 4th generation. A very well deserved for them. What a chicken dinner, what a match. I missed the match of just now, but this is the final nail in the coffin, and with this we are done with all the 5 matches for the day.
Yep, we are done with our 5 matches for the day, so as 10 matches for Group B. Now, in just a couple of minutes, we are going to witness which are the top 8 teams, who are the top 8 teams who just qualified for the phase 3, for the semi-finals, for this particular group. Which are the top 8 teams? What do you think, Ankit? We know that one team, the teams who are in the top 6 position, they already qualified, but 7 to 11th, still a gamble.
Exactly, they're still living on the edges, and we have to still wait for that because the matches went down to that close, to that proximity, to that closeness. It was incredible, and we are still not able to actually predict that which team has gone with that top 8 spot or top 7 spot, or maybe some teams from 9th or 10th position has actually made their mark up in the first half of the chart. I really wanted the play. Obviously, I'm happy with the way PINDIESPORTS did play themselves up. Eventually, they did falter down, but we have to still wait for that how many kills point did they secure and how many placement points did they secure. But what a game coming in from the sides of 4th generation. That nade eventually turned the game into their favor. At the end of the day, it was a 3v3 skirmish, and the zone were in their favor, and they made the most of the situation. And with that, we are straight away heading towards the match ranking for generation with a total of 10 kills and 15 total points. That's make a total of 25 points. And X generation also not very much behind them because 9 kills already onto their numbers.
Yeah, right now we talk about the points distribution is so good between the top 4 teams now. Only the second page of the match ranking, teams like NV, Qwerty, Maximus could not able to secure a decent amount of points, but still they secured 332 points.
Yup, and some of the teams actually did falter down in second half of the chart. I wanted Maximus and teams like ChapadGanju to showcase their performance in this match, but they were not able to do so. After all, they did secure one kill in their number, so they must not be exiting this lobby without anything, because you are not away from this match without taking anything. You have something to cheer up with that, and you got total of 1 point from this match. And with that, we are to the Oppo F19 Pro moments of this match, and this was the fight happening in the area of military base.
Yeah, this is the first fight we witnessed. But this was a great fight, to be honest. Dark Paws, they had a good hold of this fight. So as Hussey, he was literally standing on the edge of the bridge. But you know what? That was a cheeky move from his side.
Exactly, but what a cheeky move here was here also from the sides of Tyro, because they were on the receiving end here, and this was the moment where Rules Breaker, could they have popped in some more smoke, things could have changed from their side, because this was the moment where the players from FE were just not stopping. They were just trying to annihilate any player that came into proximity and that came into their crosshairs.
Yeah. Now the match got ended. After that match, we just have the overall ranking. Paws and all the 18 first of all, congratulations. Tyro X still in the top 8. Rule Breaker. Okay, so this is the same overall ranking we witnessed in the previous before this particular match, basically.
Yup, so none of the teammates did actually topple down any of them, but because of that, because Tyro also did a decent job, Rules Breaker also did a decent job, and I guess the two chicken dinner in the name of Tyro did help them save their place and help them to get to the top 8 position.
Yeah, but you know what? The main thing is you got the experience, right? After playing PMCC Pakistan region, you got the experience. You played with some of the best team from the region. Now, teams, they played so good. They literally showed the perfect dominance. But Tyro X, they have 64 points. Team who is on the 9th position, how many points they have? What do you think? Guess.
Maybe close to 50. So yeah, 52.
Oh, nice, Ankit. Yeah, your prediction is pretty right. But you know what? Just because of that significant lead, they could not able to qualify for the phase 3.
Exactly. So I mentioned these things that if PINDIESPORTS has to make their way and to have to change the narrative in a whole course, they just need that chicken dinner, because chicken dinner straight away gives you a lead of 15 points. So guess if they had that chicken dinner 52, if you add close to 13 also, 13 or 12 points also, that makes a total of 64. And if you are going for chicken dinner, you ought to get that 3-4 kills that you get. So then their game could have been changed, but that didn't happen, and just because of that, PINDIESPORTS and Dark Paws, even if they secured that one chicken dinner into the name, they were still not able to make it to the top 8.
Yep, it's not able to make it to the top 8, but I'm still happy that all the teams who just participated in the PMCC, this is the season 1. You still have chances. You still have a pretty good chance to participate in the season 2. You still have, basically you collected a lot of information. Now after this, the journey just started, right? You just played against one of the best team, Team Qwerty. They have decent amount of experience. You just played against them. They literally eliminated them from the lobby in an early stage. They literally played so good against them. Now, the Group B played all the 10 matches, and we have the top 8 from the Group B as well.
Yep, I'm happy with the way, as you described, the way all these teams had all the experience. So, first of all, congratulations to all the teams that did participate, and obviously all the 16 teams that did make it to this closeness, and top 8 to making way themselves was not after all easy, but also from 9 to 10 to 11, 12, and 14, 16, they also got that experience, and some teams actually decimated their opponents. But with this, we are done with all the 5 matches for the day, and all the Erangels, all the Miramars, and all not the Miramars. We just get one Miramar and one Sanhok, but all the matches for Group B are done. Yesterday we saw Group A into action, and today it was a day for Group B. One group will be coming tomorrow, and that will be of Group C. But before that, we will be taking a leave. Till then, stay safe, stay indoors, and be sanitized.